1, 2, 1, 2.
Und eine Frage gebe ich heute Abend zu beantworten. Viele Fragen immer wieder, wie heißt denn eigentlich euer Maskottchen? Drehen bei mir Schläger. Unser Maskottchen heißt
Okay, now I can hear myself, no problem. What's going on here? Let's move this back a bit. Oh, shit. 1 sec, bud. Okay. What's that? Yep, Pierre Yves. There's. He's a good player. He played with the guards. Played with the guards. Brought him in with the guards. He was a very good receiver there. So he can definitely be playing at the highest level. Yeah. No. The guards.
Les fans de Thonon Black Panthers. Bonjour ensemble. Ja, das klingt doch auch schon mal nach was, aber ich glaube, das machen wir doch einfach. Das erste Battle von dem Spiel ist immer zu fragen. Alors maintenant, on va faire un petit test avec vous de la France. Alors, où sont les fans des Thonon Black Panthers?
Wenn du in den Bergen nach Empfang suchst, aber nur Funklöcher findest, nimm's entspannt, nimm's Pazifik. Viva Funkloch, Calanda, Viva Pazifik.
Go. Hey, welcome to Chur, to this beautiful night here on a beautiful field. Two awesome teams, the finalists in this year's CEFL Euro Cup competition. It's Thonon Black Panthers versus the Calanda Broncos. Second time in a row that we're here in beautiful Chur for this awesome game. With me tonight, Matt Hammer.
Hello, everyone. Glad to be here. It's an amazing day. We thought we were going to get fried out, but the weather is just looking like a perfect day for football.
Yep, it looks like it could shower, but it doesn't necessarily have to, and I'm sure Thonon is not unhappy at all with black jerseys that the sun's not beating down on them.
Absolutely. And I got to say, I'm sure Calanda is not won't be happy if it rains. I will be happy if it doesn't rain. Like last year's nightmare.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I think the table is set for another absolutely amazing game. We had a semifinal game here that was, I mean, just absolutely phenomenal, down to the wire from both sides. With Warsaw, could have gone either way till late in the game when Calanda took over with that last massive drive, punching the ball in. Tonight, we're going to see two different teams. Calanda, I'm sure, is going to adjust. Warsaw was a big, strong team, not quite as fast. Thonon does a lot based on speed, so I think there'll be different looks tonight out of the Broncos and Thonon. Yeah, I mean, Larry Legault, who's an amazing coach, he's been down there for years with a hiatus he did in Geneva for a couple of years. He and Jeff Buffum know each other really well, so this should be a strategic, absolute, spectacular show.
Yeah, I know over the last few years there's been quite a few high-level coaches come into Europe in general, but these two have been here for a long time, a mainstay around Europe. Their names are well known, and they've always coached really strong clubs. I got a chance to watch the warm-ups earlier today, and I have to say both teams look like professional teams. So we're looking for a very good showing here today, and it's going to be a great one, I think.
Yeah, and it looks like everybody's ready to get on the field. First one's out, going to be the cheerleaders for the Broncos. And after that, we welcome the refs, hoping that we get another unbelievable game refed by the referee crew as we had in the semifinal here. I have to say the reffing has really this year, at least for me, it stands out, matched the play on the field by the football teams, which is great to see.
Yeah, it's always what you want. You know, you want the players to be able to decide the game and not the refs. And if the refs are not being spoken about, that's usually a win for everybody.
Absolutely, you know, they did a great job. Yeah, there they are on cue. The ref crew coming out.
You have to say, I mean, it's only been a few weeks now since Chur's been here at this new stadium, but they're running it like they've been here for years already. It's really well done, I have to say. Lots of people here from both sides of the ball. I guess they must have brought a few buses in from Thonon.
They did.
And the crowd's going to be loud and into it tonight, I can tell already.
Yeah, and I think not only the players absolutely enjoy the amazing stage here with the stadium, looking out at the mountains and the absolutely perfect field, 1-to-1 size football field, which you don't see a lot of grass fields and 1-to-1 football size in Europe anywhere. Yeah. And then this stage, you know, for the second year in a row, being able to play for the big title in Europe.
It's kind of with the ELF's growth over the last few years. This has essentially become the new Euro Bowl, really, right? It's what it is.
Yep.
And so I mean, I have to say, I was lucky enough to be a part of the Broncos team in 2012 when we won it. Here they come.
Here comes Thonon. Black Panthers coming out in the field.
They look big and strong too, I'm not gonna lie.
No, they absolutely do. I mean, I wasn't saying that they didn't have mass, but I mean, Warsaw, player for player, I mean, just when they lined up before the game, and it's tough to outsize the Broncos because the Broncos got some big boys. But I mean, what player for player, the Warsaw club, the Eagles, they were big, and And yeah, and I think Thonon, they've got some big guys, obviously offense, defense liners, but they've got a lot of really good athletes, you know, and I think they know what they can do. They're not French champions for nothing.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm absolutely positive Larry Legault has got them completely ready for this game.
There's no doubt about that. I have to say, I also had an opportunity to play years ago, mind you, in Thonon, when they took a chunk and a good beating to us. But I have to say they have a very good setup there too, right? They have a nice field to play on. They got a stadium with meeting rooms. They got work at facilities right there, and you know those are the kinds of teams that end up having the most success. And now the Broncos have one of the most spectacular facilities really in all of Europe, certainly in Switzerland. And that's just gonna, I mean, they've already the cream of the crop here in Switzerland, and it's gonna obviously show that. I'm sure that that's going to show that it continues over the years.
Yeah, and I think it just, I mean, reflecting on when you say it's the whole package, you know, it's not just a couple of players or a coach, or it's everything, you know, and it's being able to build it over years that really makes a huge difference, and they've done that here, you know, just like they have in Thonon.
Yeah, smoke's coming out the tunnel, they're getting pumped, and they're about ready to take the field here, the home team. Got a view of the crowd here as they build up the energy.
Here they come. Here come the Calanda BRONCOS.
2025.
Yeah, and they'll have, I think, both rosters. I haven't counted through Thonon yet, but I'm pretty sure both teams will be close to full capacity as far as roster goes. Around 40 to 45 players both teams will field, and they'll need that depth tonight.
We got a nice little gesture here from the Thonon team showing some of the foreign flags, foreign representation out there. That's nice. Obviously, like Chris mentioned, they're the French champions, but there's more than just people from one country out there.
Absolutely, on both sides of the ball. And here we go with the national anthems.
Take a moment to listen to this. And here we go. We've had the anthems from both teams.
Pre-game festivities are over, and now looks like we're going to get down to business. First order of business is that coin toss.
I don't know, Chris. What do you have a preference on a coin toss?
You know what? I think it's become completely standard that both teams defer to the second half, and that's what we'll see now. Anything else would surprise me, I think. Is it I don't know. I think just the feeling that you won the coin toss is probably a good feeling. I don't know if it makes that much of a huge difference.
Already a winner. I always liked it back in the day, being able to take that first touch on the ball on the kickoff return. And taking a look at a couple of the O-lines there, getting together. I have to say, we put out a little bit of a questionnaire for each of the players today, and prior to the game. So we'll have some fun facts to share about some of them as we go along, as we can fit it in with the game. But
yeah, speaking of there's some, I'm sure, pre-game rituals that you've got there, right?
Yeah.
Since we're in pre-game now.
Some of them are listening to various, music things that they like to listen to, or there was a couple of fun ones that were there in terms of O-linemen trying to they'd like to do yoga before the game, and some different sort of like that. So as we have players make plays and different things, we'll try to share some of those fun facts about them.
Always good to get a bit of a background on the various players for sure.
But I have to say, I was going to say there, you saw the Calanda BRONCOS there, the O-line, we were just showing them all kind of taking a moment together, and earlier in the game saw the same thing from kind of Thonon's O-line. So they're really a tight group, and on the response for the fact forms, also we had a very solid feedback from the O-lines on both sides.
Nice,
so
nice.
They seem to be units already.
Yeah, I think that's an absolute key. I mean, that's speaking of what makes an organization function. I think it's very tough to find a functioning and successful football program that doesn't have that offensive line.
Yeah.
And I think any star quarterback will be the first one to tell you that's the key.
Well, this is something that is a bit of a hurdle in a lot of the Swiss teams, but the Broncos haven't had that much of a problem keeping them together as a group. They got a few mountains of men out there.
They do. They've with Michel Derungs and the hippie bus down there at 50 years old. Yeah. I mean, you've got two of the best probably anywhere, and more experience than you could dream of. So even for the young guys coming up, I mean, they're learning so much in every single practice.
Yeah, Mathis has been doing this since the last time the Broncos were in the Euro Bowl, so he's just he's a staple here. And
I'm pretty sure there's not that many left over from 2012 that are still playing.
No, I was thinking about it. I've talked about it, but we have Mathis is out there on the field, and you have Sundi. So he was a junior that we brought up for the playoffs at that time. So he wasn't even a senior player yet, but he was already a star then, and I'm sure we'll see from him and hear a lot about him today. So.
And I'm not sure if he's on the roster today. I haven't checked, but at the semifinals, Tino Mukwieler was here as a backup running back because Eric Reget went down for the season a couple weeks ago, and so just to give some extra depth, I don't know. He got a call up, so he may be. I have to keep an eye on him because he doesn't have. He doesn't have the same number 21 that he used to, because that's Ola Garden that has that number 21. But very well, maybe number 14. By the way, he's walking. I would say that's probably Tino Mukwieler.
That looks like
he is on the field again today, so he's another one of those guys that was around then.
Yeah. So there you go. There's some real experience out there for the Broncos, and while I don't know the Thonon team so deeply, I guarantee you there's some guys that have been playing a good 15 years.
Oh, absolutely. You have a coach like Larry Legault, you just play.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes a huge difference. You don't have to think about anything. Your practices are good. Your games are ready. You can go out and play your favorite sport full speed and not think about anything but your job. And that makes a huge difference.
Absolutely, Chris. I think, and you want to play for coaches like Buffum, and you want to play for coaches like Legault, and that says a lot, because you have these programs here which are so successful, and Paris is not so far away from Thonon, and Chur is not so far away from where the ELF team is practicing here in Switzerland itself. So the players choose to stay here.
Yep.
And that says a lot about the coaches.
It does. And it looks like I didn't actually see who won the coin toss, but I'm going to assume it was Thonon, and they deferred. Yeah. But at the very latest, the second half, we will know. But yeah, for sure, it looks like Thonon and Larry, unless they said, hey, we want to go out and show our offense off first.
Yeah.
We will see. We will see.
We got David Weber here getting ready to kick off the ball.
Yeah, he's got a leg. He's one of the very few guys that if he wants, can put it out of the end zone, even on the full field every single time.
That's nice. That's always a nice thing to have. in your back pocket.
That's a huge bonus. And although he wasn't so strong in the semifinal, his field goal kick in there was off. I don't know if it was the nerves, a bad day, what it was there. He had a little bit of problems. He missed 2 field goals that could have made a decision in the game a little bit earlier. But when it comes to kicking off the ball, I mean, even Noah Bachov, who did it last year, was already really strong. And now this guy comes along and he boots it another 10, 15 yards further every single time. Like you say, I mean, that's just a huge benefit. And Thonon knows that because the guys are both standing with their heels pretty much on the goal line, which you don't usually see in Europe.
Yeah, and it's actually nice here actually with the CEFL. We get to see a traditional kickoff return, and not the new revised version that a lot of, I guess, the NFL has now moved to, and the European League before that. For me, I still like this traditional
Yeah,
kickoff.
you know, there's something about the old school, and I'm absolutely with you when it comes to when it comes to that. Hey, coach is already down there. I can see it.
There we go. The whistle's been put into play, and we're going to have a kick here. Looks like he might be even taking an onside approach.
It does look like he's not going to go deep with it.
Oh.
He doesn't want to give it to they're going to fair catch. Oh, it's a fumble.
Oh, there
Fumble
we go.
that. Even if he fair catches it, if he drops it, it's a live ball. So
Well, they end up with it at a pretty good field position without creating any risk.
yeah,
So,
and you
they
know
almost got
what?
the ball.
It's hard to see from here because right now it looks fairly wind still. That's one of the reasons I would have thought maybe if they're going to do that he wouldn't just try to kick it through the end zone.
Maybe Thonon has a real threat back there on the return.
Yeah. But I think, for both teams, I think it's an okay field position for Thonon to start with. They're happy with that, and I think it's exactly what Broncos wanted to do. With a pooch kick, you can't help for more than inside the 30.
Lining up with one running back in the backfield. Thonon's about to start the game.
And they've got 5 down on the line of scrimmage here for the Broncos. So let's see if they drop somebody or if they really bring 5. Yep, they're bringing.
Yeah, that's a quick swing.
Wide out
And
screen
a
out there.
nice,
Nice,
solid
beautiful
tackle.
tackle.
Good
Absolutely
fork.
perfect tackle.
Was that?
That was Ola Garden coming up from his defensive back spot.
Very nicely done. Good break on the ball.
Oh, no, that's the other safety. Sorry. Yeah. The numbers already had problems with it. It's 27.
27, all right. Got
Really, really nice tackle there. Yeah, Ola Garden's the safety on the left-hand side of the defense.
Fabio Geisler.
Yeah. Absolutely solid. Because those receivers are also not too small when you look at them. I mean, number 17 is for sure tight end size, and the number 9 out here is a easy O lineman.
Yeah,
We've got some big boys out there on the receiver spots.
We got P.Y. Darez out at the wide
Another
receiver
quick,
spot.
another
quick
same
swing.
exact play.
There we go. Let's see how they close down on this. Oh,
Beautiful.
Mike
Absolutely
is
beautiful.
Small gain of 1 maybe,
Yep.
and takes us into 3rd down. But the defense is looking comfortable to start the game.
Yeah, those are those plays right there that you come to later in the game. Not maybe necessarily now, but definitely later. Now that you know that you've seen it a couple times, where if he pump fakes that, one of those guys that was blocking really doesn't block anymore and goes down the field, and it's usually there's a guy open.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if we come back and see that fake screen and somebody taking a shot down there. But let's see what they do on 3rd and 6.
Receivers are in tight.
Well, it's a
Movement.
pass.
Screen.
Good pressure.
There we go. Oh,
Mid-screen, and he's down.
There we go. So that's
a
loss
3
of
and
a
out.
yard maybe, and that'll be a 3 and out.
Yep, that's a 3 and out early. Yeah, the quarterback, he doesn't look super comfortable yet. I mean, of course, it's a huge game. He's going to show a little bit of nerves, but that's probably one of the reasons why you would I'm sorry, I said it wrong before. The Broncos probably deferred and gave the ball away, and this is probably why. You know, you let the other guy, the quarterback, put his nerves on the field in the first drive and not your own.
Well, it's here's that punt out. Let's take a look at that.
Not a
too
great
bad.
punt.
It's
Gets
got
a good roll, though.
bounce.
And of course, Max is going to take it.
And it's well covered. Ball's out. They're counting them down.
Oh, yeah, let me see. Is there a signal? Yeah. Oh, no, they're giving it to him.
It's
a turnover.
So he's taking the ball on the run, which is something Max is quite comfortable doing, but he's taken a little bit of a hit at the same time, and they're talking about whether it's going to be a fumble or not.
And Max, I don't like the way Max is standing there. His right, oh no, he beat it up now. He let his arm was hanging down on his right arm for a while, so I don't know if he had taken a hit. Yeah, see, they are. He must have taken a stinger hit on that shoulder because that arm was hanging straight down. Here's the call. Oh, we do have a fumble, so it was a live ball. It came out before he was on the ground with any significant part of his body that would rule him down, and now it's Thonon
back out on the offense.
So, I mean, this is something we said, right? In games like this, it's the team that makes the least amount of mistakes. And looked like Thonon wanted to go quick, but they were even too quick for the ref because the ref did not blow the whistle live yet. And that's why they took a timeout. Yeah, right. I was going to say because they were super late getting guys on the field. I mean, Andre Blackett, the middle linebacker who actually coordinates the defense, was not even at the hash yet when that ball was snapped.
Yeah, so Coach Alonso out there giving them a chat from the Broncos side, and obviously the offensive coordinator is not out on the field there, so the teams there just getting some fresh water from Thonon. And still a warm day even though the sun's not out, so hopefully they'll keep hydrated and we don't lose any quality players to cramps or anything like this. And of course, Max will be in a different frames of mind moving forward. He's going to want to make up for that, I guarantee.
Absolutely. That's a mistake that you really don't see. I mean, I don't think we've seen a mistake like that from Max Gray all season long, and today the first time he touches the ball. So even guys like Max Gray, who has been all over the place in all kinds of important games, even guys like that have nerves, you know, and stuff happens. Inside run this time, not a lot there. Broncos really stacking up that line of scrimmage really well, and they're saying they have the ball now.
No, I don't think this. I didn't see the ball come out there, but there was for sure a good contact from the middle linebacker from the Broncos.
That's Blackett.
And Blackett.
Yeah, Andre Blackett, one of the two imports. So he and Max Gray, both here more than 1 year now.
So they're giving them actually 2 yards on that. So I guess forward motion of where they hit them, but. Yeah, so let's see here. Thonon again, still on the ball, trying to see if they can create some offensive momentum.
Yeah, let's see. Now that he's got much better field position, let's see if Jose Tabora here he's going to take it on his own on a that was a designed run right there, up the middle.
Quarterback draw. Looks like they've got a first down.
They do have a first down. Yep. Nice play, nice design right there, and it looks like he's willing to run his quarterback, which always makes it difficult for a defense when you have that third dimension that a quarterback can play, to bring to the table.
That's always something, you know, over the years we've seen some of the great teams always have this mobile quarterback in Europe. It's just the way
I mean, we're talking good Division II, I would say, college level football here, maybe, or Division II, somewhere in there. And there, you see it all the time. Very, very few just pure passers at that level of football, and it makes sense, you know. It just gives that extra threat. Here's a quick out.
And to 984.
Yeah, the coverage there was off quite a ways.
And oops,
that was number 23.
23?
Yeah, that was on the coverage there.
Remy Perron?
Yep.
Remy Perron, actually, I think played in the ELF a couple of years ago, but he's the DB, so I think it was actually 84 that we were talking about. On
but the DB that was covering him.
Ah, right, I see. No, I was going to say...
the DB that was covering him was...
number Abram in catch.
And he had some distance there.
All right, well,
some separation.
First and goal.
Just inside the 10-yard line, so... about 8 yards. Definite field goal position. Looks like Jose Tabor is just audited, and it looks like Blackett matched that audible. Nice tackle right up the middle. Good tackle by Luce Tetamonte, a young kid that came up. Beautiful tackle there. They'll give him that 1 yard every single time. You know, if they can keep him out of the end zone. I see Adrian Sunderhoff down here pacing the sideline, and he was ready to go on offense and had to come back off. That's also something you have to get out of your head next time when you finally do get a goal on the field. I mean, they've been watching football for almost a whole quarter now and haven't been on the field yet.
That's right.
So 2nd and goal from the 6, it looks like. Staying in that shotgun. Here's the motion to Trips.
And he swings it out.
Oh, and he's wide open to the end zone.
That
That was easy.
There
Yep.
you go.
That was easy. Nobody came up for him.
Nice football by Thonon. Have to give them credit on
Yep,
that. That
nice
was well
call.
executed.
Yeah. They've been watching I'm assuming it's the outside linebacker who needs to come up and take that guy. I don't know if he got picked off on a pick or if he went with somebody else, but most likely it's, unless, depending on the coverage, but it didn't look like man coverage, because otherwise somebody really blew it. And here, kick, and that's good. So it is 7-0 for Thonon.
Very nicely done.
Which doesn't have to mean anything. I mean, Warsaw was in this exact position at the end of the first quarter in a couple weeks ago, and so I think, the Broncos are not nervous yet. But
well, as the offensive side of the ball, though, you have to think, you've gone down, you've driven the field, you've scored. It lets you exhale a little bit and kind of really relax into things.
Yep.
So
Yep.
going to be a little bit of maybe a benefit for them on that side. And like you said, I mean, the Broncos have been here before, and they're probably not nervous by it. But
still,
they
you don't
need to
want
move the ball a little bit to shake.
Yeah, and you don't want to make too many gifts like that. I think probably one major gift like that in a game like this is all you can probably spare before it costs you the game. Unless obviously the other team's giving you the ball back on similar mistakes. But if the other team plays clean the entire game, you just gave them an extra drive, and you don't want to do that with a team like Thonon. And on Thonon's side, looks like they're going to kick away here, and Max Gray is hiding as he has the last couple times. No, it's another short kick, but Max Gray's going to take it. He's going to see what he can get. And there's not a lot there, but he's over the 30, so 33, 34-yard line. Good field position. Both teams being careful on special teams, to put it mildly.
Yeah, just start off. I mean, let's see here. Let's say first real offensive show for the Broncos. Like you said, it's already halfway through the first quarter. And there's a couple of super highlight players out on the Broncos offense. So we're going to see if they can do something today or if Thonon has their number.
Yeah, and they come out with trips and a tight end on the right-hand side, single back. Everything's fairly tight. There goes Max into motion, and it's going to be Noah up the middle. Noah Bachhoven, who ran all over the place on these kind of plays against Warsaw. I'm sure Thonon did their homework, looked at what they were doing, and they're closing down the inside. So I'm absolutely positive that Jeff is going to have to stretch the outside of the field a little bit today to just get some gap space in there. Right now, they're just closing things down inside, taking away their strength.
2nd and 2.
Blitz.
And we're going right back to the run. Ground
this
game. That's
beautiful
like
there he is. Look
there.
at him move his legs. That's what he was doing all day against Warsaw. This is what they want to do. I think Jeff Buffum is probably going to test to see who matches up with whom and where's the opening, and he's going to just take advantage of that as long as he can.
Well, he came down with a really nice low pad level there on that run, and he got a few extra yards because of it. So.
Yeah, I mean his explosion game by far was that game against Warsaw. I don't know, he had probably 130 yards in that game.
That's a good day at the office for the O-line and the running back.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know Bachhoven will be the first one to tell you I'm not going anywhere if those guys are not blocking for me.
Back changes sides.
And they come this side. And again, he's leaning on those offensive linemen, but
a little bit shorter this time.
Yeah.
A little disruption by number.
So 2 yards, 1.5 yards.
Claudio Jacquin, linebacker, kind of disrupted that play, kept the gain to about 1.5, 2.
Yeah, and I'm sure I mean, you don't want to give the ball right back. So, I mean, it makes sense to try. If you can run, then run, you know. Keep the ball in your offense's hands as long as you can and keep it out of the opponent's hands. Another run on the inside. They try to go to that same side, but he gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage and just barely stretches back right to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 3rd and 8 now.
It looks like it was a DB coming in from the outside off the edge. So it might have had a little bit of a blitz on there. But yeah, it's well done by number 12. Pardon me if I get the name wrong here, but Nadom. And he's done well to create really a no gain on that play. It's 3rd and 8.
Trips on this side with Max and Sundi together there, paired up. Noah switches sides again to this side, and there's a rollout to this side. Give Matt a little bit of time. Oh, yeah, perfect pass. Absolutely pass for Robin on the out. Absolutely perfect. He threaded a needle there to Max Gray and got the first down.
I think that's a really great way to do it. Try spread, push to the outside for a young Swiss quarterback.
Yep.
That's a real nice throw on the run to the left side. He's a right-handed quarterback. So he's showing his improvement.
And that's where his that's his major area of improvement right there. I mean, he's had the long ball. He's had that down for quite some time. It's the medium and short to medium range throws that he really had problems with last year, and this year he's been nailing those passes. So if they can keep doing that and then go back to the run, then they're going to tire out this defense a little bit. Because here they go. Because that offensive line is big.
It's a big old line.
You know, and if they're leaning on you for 2 or 3 quarters, and we saw Warsaw. Warsaw had a huge line, defensive line. They had a lot of guys they were rotating in. And the last drive of they had nothing left to hold up that offensive line of the Broncos with. So I'm sure that's part of the plan is to try to keep this game close and then lean on that heavy offensive line in the 4th quarter.
Max Gray switching sides.
Stacked. Yep. And there he goes.
Yeah, look at there. It's got lots of time for
he's going to take that. He's going to take that. Yeah.
It's a good decision. He's not a bad runner either.
No, and he was hurt. He had a hurt foot there for a couple weeks, but I talked to him yesterday about it. And he said it's as good as it's been in a long, long time. So, and he wants to run. He wants to test it early, and there we have it. The test looks like a successful test to me because there's no limping or anything right now after that run, and he didn't slide either, so he feels comfortable.
It's good. They've moved the sticks down here. It's almost in the red zone, sort of, just on the edge of it. And I almost would bet you can see a run here that'll get them into the red zone.
Although it's tough to guess what Jeff does. I mean, here we go. This is
totally wrong.
Oh, and there the ball is up and it's a touchdown.
There we go.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful. There, Max just made up for what he had. That's atonement pure right there. That's a beautiful catch, but also beautiful ball placement by Robin, who is absolutely on his game today.
And there you go. I'm sure we got Max Gray's got Black playing in from Pearl Jam on his head right now. I wanted to play some music for us today, but I was not allowed to. They told me I wasn't allowed to do that. But Max is a Pearl Jam fan. And
well, good taste then. Good taste. He's not only a good football player then. That's good to know. Good to know. A beautiful catch right there. I mean, a lot of guys would have dropped that because, I mean, your feet are higher than your head when you come down. And you know it's going to hurt. But if you've got the ball, it's half the pain.
And Weber puts it up, and we have a tie game. There you go. So I guess Max maybe is dedicating his first touchdown of today. I actually saw he's got 4 or 5 rows of seating blocked for guests that he has here today.
Yeah. And but, he's got a huge fan group for sure. I mean, I know if you ask with the U13, with the 25-plus players I've got, I think every second one of them is going to tell you Max Gray is their favorite player.
I'm sure he's dedicating that first touchdown to Leorna, his girlfriend, and let's see if he's going to do some more work here today. I'm sure he's going to do something.
I am absolutely positive he's not done yet. And as the game goes along, I wouldn't be surprised if it's absolutely necessary, and if he's feeling good, that you see him on both sides of the ball a little bit too. That same applies to Andre Blackett, who we saw a few times in the semifinal when it was a close game. He was on the field, some running at fullback, and here we go with the second kickoff. It looks like it's going to be another pooch kick because he's not taking a huge draw. There it is, another No fair catch this time, though. He's going to try to run this.
He's got a few yards.
Yes, he does. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of this. If you're going to squib kick it deep, right? Make the guy chase the ball down there, bouncing around. But it looks like they're showing all kinds of respect to these two deep guys that they have.
Yeah.
Because they're not hiding one of them either, so you could pick which one you kick to, and they're not kicking either one. So they have tons of respect for their returners by the looks, because this kicker has a leg. You know, he can put it to the goal line every single time.
Thonon back out on the field in terms of offense.
On the 45, nonetheless.
It's a good place to start. I'm sure they have somebody who can kick the ball as well.
No running back, so 5 receivers, trips to the right. Complete spread offense. Here's another one of those quick screens. They must have seen something, because this is, what, the 4th time we've seen that play.
Number 9, Odell Turnbull on the catch. Pickup of about 4 yards. As a receiver, you want to get your hands in the ball that first time, just kind of
get comfortable with it. Yep, absolutely. Let's see what they do here. They're coming out in this time. The running backs in. It's more tight formation this time. They've got a tight end. They're going to run that to this side, to the heavy side.
Corner. Oh, it's got a bit of an edge.
Yeah, almost a first down. What has he got? Yeah, so it's going to be 3rd and 1, maybe.
Blackett on the tackle.
Yeah, he's in on probably about 50% of tackles anywhere near the line of scrimmage. Great nose for the football. He knows where he needs to go. But another successful drive so far by Thonon. And, I mean, giving them a short field. We gave them the super short field the first time, obviously, with that muff punt. But now they're already back up here. And now here's that trips again. Is it going to be another quick screen, or are they going to try to go deep on him? Because there's nobody over the top. Oh, he's going to run it. Nice tackle. Beautiful tackle by Andre Blackett. Came up and got his foot. And
looks like it's
it's 4th down.
It's going to shorten maybe a half yard or a yard.
Yeah, anything other than a QB sneak here. I mean, where did that ever go?
Yeah,
with this offensive line, are you kidding me? Look at the size of those guys. I mean, they outweigh man for man that defensive line by about 15 to 20 kilos. There's no way that you're going to be able to shove all of them back, and the quarterback just has to be patient enough to pick the guy leading forward.
And he's an athletic quarterback.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
You might
jump over.
Not even. You might just pick a different hole than you think. Too.
Yeah, he's staying in the gun though. Trips to the right, and it's got to be a run. They're not going to risk a pass here.
There it is.
There it is. There's the run, and he does have a first
down,
and much more. He's gone. He's taking it to the house. A missed tackle there. Geiser, who had that beautiful tackle before, was the only guy that really could have made that tackle. Well, it was blocked up, and he missed him.
Lucas Devon, a running back for Thonon, has just picked up about, what was that, a good 40 yards almost.
Well, this is different than the semifinal, where we had an absolute defensive brawl. And it wasn't because of the weather either, because the weather was as good as it was today. But it looks like this is going to be a points game.
That's exciting for the fans too, though.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Kicker lined up here for Thonon.
And he's got it.
Number 7, he's actually playing a DB as well, Adel Befadil. And he wants to say hi to his nephew today. Probably dedicate one of those kicks to him. It's just a newborn, actually. So another new football player in the future.
Perfect. We need him. The more, the better. Well, 14-7 after 1. Looks like, I mean, there's zeros on the clock. Yeah, they're going to switch ends right now. Yep, so the quarter's over, so it's 14-7 after 1 quarter. I mean, that's, if I remember right, that's more points than we had in the entire game. It was 14-10, no. So we're close, though, in the entire game in the semifinal. So we're talking first quarter right now. Although we've seen more points early, usually one-sided by the Broncos. So far this year, this is definitely not, and everybody knew it, not going to be a one-sided competition.
12 fresh minutes on the clock. And the return team's ready to make something happen. And the cover team. No,
Yeah,
you're a
and
defensive guy, Chris. Were you out on the return team or the cover team? Where did you spend most of your time?
I did both. I was on the field a lot.
Man,
Yeah.
it happens sometimes.
Yeah. But the first adjustment's already been made. Look, they put Andre Blackett over there to where the last time where they pooch kicked it. So
Yeah.
let's see if they go to him again.
I'm sure he'd love to have a chance to run the ball down.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm sure after that first pooch kick, he was the first one in Jeff's ear going, "Hey, let me stand over there."
And Thonon has two different people kicking for them. So they have Steve Montero doing the kickoffs, and another player doing the point afters.
And it looks like he's got he took that deep step the last time too, and this time he's going to the other side. But it's an offsides.
There we go.
Tino Mookwheeler, I think, is who caught that, and he downed it right away. Old school, going to a knee instead of fair catching, but I mean,
Showing his age.
both do the job. But it's too bad he had some room there.
He
had
might have been able to get a couple yards there, but it's better than
well, and the thing
turnover.
is, it's a free play.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, as soon as you see that flag, I mean, I know everybody's not a quarterback, but those are a guy like Tino who's been around for a long time. You see that flag drop, you're pretty sure it's an offsides on the offense. Why not take a chance?
And the
but I mean, also he's concentrated on the football and not on what the ref over on the sideline is doing. It's easier to say that from up here where you see everything.
Let's see here what happens if the O line's going to start working the D line again. That's what they. See.
So they've declined the penalty.
No, they took.
They took the 5 on the kickoff because you could make them kick it again if you wanted to.
Quick run to Max at quarterback, and he's tiptoeing down the
just
sideline.
barely she caught him. Just barely stepped out of bounds. He was tiptoeing there for a long time, and I think one little bit of a side of a cleat touched that side right here. Oh, perfect work by the camera crew once again. It's amazing all the stuff that these guys see, and females. Awesome camera crew.
All right.
So let's
Max
see.
Moves back out to the slot.
I mean, they're mixing it up. So he could run from here as well, but it's going to be Noah, who gets north and south as fast as anybody that I've seen run in Switzerland for a long time. He knows exactly foot in the ground and take it north and south as fast as you can, and it's been working for him.
Yeah, he seems to run heavy too, like a good forward lean.
Yeah,
which makes it
he's
tough once you get into the secondary.
Yeah, and he's not afraid to put his pads down, like you said before. He has a low pad level. He doesn't care who's standing there. He'll take on whoever's standing there.
So that's a first down for the Broncos. They'll come out here at their Thonon's 46. First and 10.
So trips to the left again. Seems like that typical formation. Max again in motion. They give him the ball this time on the sweep. Stretched out really, really well by Thonon, though. They waited for that play. I think these are I mean, you can see this is just fun to watch this kind of football, you know. So you know what Calanda did successfully in the last football game, and obviously Thonon spent a lot of time watching film, and they've got that stuff ready. The defensive guys are on point. They know where to stand. They know what to look for. They know what their keys are. Yeah. That's just great coaching.
Thonon on the tackle, number 12, and we've heard his name a couple times today already. Quarterback's back, a little bit of a rush.
Good nose though. Good nose. Stepped up just in time.
Well done. Well collapsed this time. There's a lot of outside pressure there from Thonon on the Broncos. So Robin's going to have to make sure that he steps up like that more often if they keep bringing that.
Here comes Selom Adaye for the first time in, he's been off the field for a while because he had a hamstring issue and was really hoping he was going to be ready and back for this football game, and he's done everything he possibly could to get that hammy back. We know how that can go. Yeah. So let's hope it holds for him. But nice to see him back just in time for this football game as well.
He's got a real great build for a receiver, too.
And he's speed. He's got deceptive speed.
There we go. And Max again on the round.
And he can block. And there's a beautiful block right there. Salom comes in. Looks like there's a player down for Thonon. Hopefully he's not injured. It's number 12. Looks like he's holding his right knee, but I did not see what happened there. Well, hopefully we can.
Number 12, the gnome. The gnome on the injury. We called his name now a couple times for great tackles, and hopefully this is going to be a major.
Yeah, he doesn't look. I mean,
it was Remy Perron this time, number 23, also a player with ELF experience and playing back home area around Thonon.
So lost in that whole mumble jumble. There was a first down, and let's just hope. I was kind of concentrated on after I saw 12 go down and hold his knee right away. So yeah, I'm just hoping he's okay.
You often see how their reactions are, and that tells you the story. The athletes know pretty quick if it's something bad. A lot of the guys at this level will be trying to fight through any little nicks.
Yeah, but a knee for a skills spot is always one of those tough things to fight through.
Yeah. Let's hope he's taking a look at the team there now. Yeah, so just go back here to Salome. We were talking about him getting back on the field with an injury, and now while they look at this injury, he sent us a little information that actually you are one of the people who got him involved in American football to begin with.
Well, look at that.
You and your son Corin are the people who started him off in football.
Yeah,
so
I remember him really, really well as a flag football player, and he and my son were that combo quarterback receiver. It doesn't look like he's walking real well on that.
And need some ice, and maybe we'll see him if we're lucky in the second half.
Yeah, let's hope for him that he does come back, because it'd be sad to see the game decided on key injuries.
He's a good player. He's already showed himself a few times out there.
But yeah, it's fun. There's a bunch of those guys back to Salem that came all the way up through the program. I mean, Robin is the quarterback, played together with Salem. Noah Bachhoven, who's a running back, played in that group. I mean, it's fun now to watch those guys. Those kids become men and play the game at this level of football. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. Yeah. It's what you hope for with every one of the athletes when you have them at that age.
Here we come out. The Broncos in trips to the left.
And they're going to run. Oh, nice tackle. Somebody missed their block majorly on the inside. I didn't see who it was, but 91 slipped off and made a nice tackle for a loss there.
Montenegro from Thonon, really holding up in the inside there.
He's a big boy, and he's got quickness too.
Yeah, he looks like he can run.
Yeah,
he's got a good first step. There you go.
Yeah, and that's one of those things. I mean, it's hard enough if the guy across from you is as heavy or heavier than you are as an offensive lineman. If he's also quick, that's when it becomes really difficult, because you try to size him up and he sidesteps you. So let's see. He's across from Michel now. Max in motion again, and they're going to run out the backside. Here we go.
Got some space.
Beautiful run. Design QB run by Jeff Buffum there on that play. Absolutely great call.
Pulls the ball down. Pulls the ball out, I should say.
And I'll tell you what, running behind a guy like Michel Derungs at almost 150 kilos is just an absolute. It's got to be just great as a quarterback. I mean, even if you can't see anything, if he's in front of you, you're all right.
Yeah, he's got at least 50% of the angle to cover. So.
I mean, if you can't see behind him, then they can't see you, so just run.
Yeah. So they're down to the 15 here, first down.
Yeah, it looks like they're in position at least to equalize again. So make this a back-and-forth football game. I mean, the way you draw it up, right?
Trips left, coming around.
Beautiful pass across the middle of the field.
Keeps his feet. Oh, well done by the defense to have second tackle and third tackler on the spot.
He's down. I thought after that first hit, he didn't step on that right leg quite right again to get up the field, and yeah, he's holding that right knee as well.
Who was that? That was number
90.
Number 90. Yeah.
Yep.
Don't have him on the list here. So.
And I'll tell you why, because he is replacing their Spanish import tight end who's got a back issue today. And so they told me, I can't remember the name, excuse me please. I was talking to some of the players, they told me, but I couldn't tell you the guy's name who's filling in at tight end, and that's exactly who they just played the ball to there.
It was a reasonable gain. It's going to take them down to second and maybe 4 to go.
Yeah,
they got the opportunity to get another first down.
I don't know if he stepped on it and hit air, and so he stretched his knee that way, or if that first hit the side of his knee. Because they came up, obviously it's always when you're running crossers and they're coming from the secondary, the first thing they're going to take out is your knees when you're a guy that's a tight end size.
I don't know if we'll get to see it again in a replay or anything like that, but I think the first tackle came in higher. It was a little bit what allowed him to keep on his feet. I wonder if it would have been a jam or a hyperextension on the second plant.
It might be the hyperextension, but it didn't look like it was going to be really good. I think it was an offensive line they converted out quick to as tight end.
Well, it gives you a little bit extra blocking power on the tight end spot.
Absolutely.
But if you can add on the offense catching the ball, that's a surprise, nice bonus. But losing the players that you've moved out freshly new is going to also
absolutely
change a little bit of your game plan maybe. Of course, everyone being supportive, the cheerleaders down on a knee, everyone biding their time. It's sort of a traditional thing here in Europe for those who haven't seen it before. Lots of the team and players on both sides and the cheerleaders, and everyone sort of takes a knee until the player is able to take their feet again. So I guess we can talk about a couple of other things. Let's talk a little bit about Sundi, for example. So Sundi is a bit of a legend here, I guess, in Switzerland and certainly in Chur.
Yeah, he put up the new scoring record this year, a couple of weeks ago.
He's been playing at the men's level now, I guess, about 12 or 13, maybe 11 years, I think, or so.
Oh, yeah, they're taking him off, and he's not putting any weight at all on that foot.
So he's got his shoe off and everything.
Yeah.
So he's done for the day.
Maybe it's his ankle.
Maybe.
If his shoe is off.
He's trying to walk on it. He can't, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate. It's not the kind of game you want to be a part of, and not sitting on the sideline.
Exactly.
I unfortunately did a Achilles tendon years ago in a Swiss final. That wasn't so much to be missing a half of football, but both teams will carry on, and that's why it's a team sport, because it takes a full team, and they'll try to fix that hole. Broncos on the ball. And
just moved him to quarterback, so he's going to go and take
juke.
that ball right up the middle, and on a wildcat play, just surprised that defense, and there's that offensive line again. I mean, that was quite open, I have to say. He wanted to take it outside to the right first, but when he looked inside, he saw nothing left, so he just went straight.
There you go. I mean, he's showed his athletic ability, which we've talked about already. But hurdling the final tackler on the last one there and taking it into the end zone. So
nice play,
nice
play. And the crazy thing about him, I mean, and he's shown it a few times. They showed it a couple times this year. He can throw the deep ball, you know. So I mean, it's not like you can. If he jumps into wildcat, you can just say, okay, bring everybody into the box. Because he's thrown at least 2 or 3 deep ball touchdowns this year already that I've seen. So you've got to respect that as well when he jumps. It's a hard pickle to be in as a defense.
Yeah, I mean, you have really the most athletic player out on the field for the offense in Max, and you have a natural tendency to try and be drawn to make the extra move, or the quicker move on those situations when you see him, and then that just inevitably leaves somebody else open. But we're drawn to even here, 14-14.
7:20 left, and this is the first time they're kicking in this direction. I'm really wondering, is he going to do another one of those pooch kicks and give the – now, look at how far up there now.
Yeah.
I would be absolutely amazed if he doesn't kick the ball over their heads, because I know he can do it, unless he's hurt. And that obviously might, although then they would have Noah Bachhofen kicking, who can kick it to the 10 easily.
Yeah. Well, I think those were all intentional. I think they're trying to keep it away from the return men. That's my impression. But I think when you do hit that high chip shot, you still want to make the person who is receiving it have to take some backpedal steps. So
and fair catch. If you're going to do that, make it high enough so he has to take the fair catch.
It looks like he's going to take a little different approach this time there.
Yeah, looks like they're going to kick away. Yeah, and they're backing up. So they know he has a leg too. Yeah, I mean, that's I think everybody. Here we go. Yeah, and he does have a leg, and he puts that right in the middle of the end zone, and they are going to take it out, though. Here they come, and this is probably what
they're worried about.
They were worried about.
That's not too bad a return, considering it was about 4 yards into the end zone.
And it's going to probably make, I wouldn't be surprised if we see them go back to what they were doing. I mean, this is the one problem you have with a guy like that in Switzerland. I don't think I've seen more than one return all season long in a Swiss game against the Broncos because they just let it go out of the back of the end zone and they take the 25 or the 30. And so your kickoff coverage team never gets live tackling.
Reps,
you don't do that. You don't practice live tackling with kickoff in practice, So, I mean, that's a huge I mean, they should actually practice having him kick less far.
Got a handoff, inside run.
Oh, beautiful play right there. Absolutely beautiful. And there's Andre Blackett again. He wasn't the first one there, but he cleaned it up.
Yeah. So that's another one to his tally. He's got about 4 or 5 already, I would say.
Yeah, and that's one for a loss, so that's a big one right there. It's nice if you can drive them back on the first play. It's always one of those things where no matter how many yards you get on first down, you just want it to be positive. So unless it's an incomplete pass and you're on 2nd and 10, if you're running and you're now at 2nd and 12, then okay, you've got a ways to go. And we haven't seen them dial up any pressure yet because they haven't had to, because they haven't really been in pure passing downs yet. But let's see what they do if they can hold them to limited yards here. It's going to be a pass. Here they come, and there's pressure immediately
from Tobyson. And it's got dump out. He's got a man open.
Yes, wide open.
And he pushes him out of bounds just to limit the game.
Yeah, you've got to be aware of that quarterback's ability to scramble and rush him appropriately. I mean, because they had guys from both edges coming in. If he had just held his edge and made that quarterback, Jose Tabarro, just hesitate, he would have been taken down from behind. But he had the front door wide open right from the start.
Yeah, number 63 for Thonon at center. And I tell you, he is
he's
big
a load.
Man.
He is a load.
A big man, Paul Henry Menenzani. And he's an actual E-tag, which is nice to see some European players get to travel with football.
Yep. Here they go. They're going to run. A nice run inside. Another missed tackle. And
puts his head down.
There's a lot of missed tackles already in the secondary today. That's another thing. That's another thing where because that box for Calanda in the regular season is so strong, the D-backs don't have to do a lot of tackling. Now all of a sudden you're faced with guys of this stature, of this speed, this build that you're trying to tackle in the open field. Well, good luck if that's.
And Blackett's making so many tackles that you also don't get a rest.
No, that's what it is.
They're a little bit late getting to the line, but they seem to be set now.
Looks like Blackett wants to come.
Got a rush.
And they do. They give him some pressure, but he's wide open back there, and that's a beautiful ball.
Flags on the field. That's going to count.
They absolutely forgot a guy back there. Absolutely forgot a guy back there.
Quick strike by Thonon, number 7, who is proving himself to be the utility man. He's the kicker. He's a DB, and he's playing a little receiver here today as well. So another very athletic.
Wow, that's fast. That's something that we're not used to seeing against the Broncos. Are touchdowns that happen that quickly. And here he is. He's going to complete maybe the 7 points if he does kick this through, and he does. So he got all 7 on that drive.
So he's been playing football for 14 years already, and one of the things he told us is that he's proud of is every single team he's ever played for has made the playoffs.
Really?
Yeah. So that's. I think he might be carrying some of the load on those 14 years.
It sounds like it. Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah, he's a homegrown guy. I mean, that's
really great.
Awesome to see when your key players you're not importing them; they're already here.
And
So those are the guys that you have all season, even in the off season, which makes it huge. Not necessarily for him because he's got the experience and he's got the reps, but for the other guys around him who he makes better.
Yeah. And he's also noted that he's been on the losing side once before in the CEFL, and This time it's theirs. He thinks the team is ready for it this year. So
and he does. He might not be wrong by the looks. I mean, it is absolutely a well-balanced football game, and right now, still the one big difference is that muff punt. You know?
Yeah, that's the difference in the game.
That's
right
the
now,
difference in the game. I mean, because they've been
early
going
turnover.
back and forth since then. Nobody stopped anyone.
No turnovers otherwise.
Nope. No stops. That was the only stop, and they gave him the ball back. And so that right now is the difference in the football game.
Well, we got 5 minutes left in the half, and I'm sure the Broncos will get back to work here in a minute.
Yeah, it's a great amount of time to go down and try to equal things out here. Is the fair catch.
And, there we go. Tino taking the
number 4, yeah, and he good. Tino looked for the contact. He got the contact, so he's going to get 15 yards by the looks of it. I mean, it's a I don't know if you absolutely need to throw that, but I mean, he not only fair caught, but he also took a knee. I mean, if that's not a clear signal enough to go away from the guy, then I don't know what is. I mean, let's see what they say. I mean,
these are the kinds of things that often, well, every time frustrate a coach, but
absolutely
can potentially cost you in a big game.
Oh, and it's huge. I mean, just before a halftime, you just gave the team who are already there, you just kicked them into not bad offensive starting position. Now you just gave them your side of the football field. You know, I mean, that was starting at the 46-yard line. That's with 5 minutes. That's huge.
And it gives you, with a really strong-legged kicker, it gives you an opportunity here with one first down to put yourself maybe into a field goal range.
Yeah, and there's absolutely no need. I mean, if there was anything positive that you could do by doing that, okay, but there's zero.
1st and 10 from the 46, Thonon's 46. And it's going to be a pass.
Well, he's starting to feel that pressure faster now.
Yeah.
He had time there. Had he just stepped up a little bit, he had time to try to throw that football.
Looks like he's maybe lost a half yard on that. So that'll count as a sack in that case.
Yep. So
that was,
this looks like the exact same situation we just had going the other direction before. It's going to be 2nd and 12 now for the Broncos.
Benjamin Nickling on the tackle for the loss for the sack.
So
the sack stack.
Let's see if we can if they can do the same turn of events as Thonon did on the other side. Turnabout is fair play, they say, right? So there's that fake. But
so get an edge. Max can make a block there.
Oh, and he doesn't.
And
he doesn't.
I think he may have been worried about the cutback block, but
he could have just stood there.
Should have stood in the way there, I think, a little bit. That might have got him a couple more yards. So that's going to take us to 3rd down, and still a little ways to go.
Yeah, but I think we're in field position now where we've gotten to know Jeff Buffum well enough to know that he is not going to punt from here. No. So I think we already know now they've got 2 more downs to get this first down.
You've been watching a few more games than me this year, but one thing I always loved, and I had the chance to play with Buffum some years ago, but he's a wizard, and there's always going to be some sort of trick up the sleeve.
Oh, you know it, yeah.
Here we go into the Wildcat.
There it is. And now let's see if he doesn't. Oh, no, he's going to run it. Oh, beautiful run. But nice tackle as well. What do we got here? A hold?
It looks like from that.
Yeah, that position usually is a holding.
And that's the first holding we had today. So that's always nice because there's nothing worse than having a game full of holding. But that's the first one, I think.
Well, I mean, there's been very few penalties at all in this game. You have to say.
Disciplined teams.
Yep. Which, not surprisingly. I didn't hear what he said.
Yeah, you got to turn this one.
28 maybe. But. So this is going to be a long 3rd down. So I mean, now that we're back on the other side of the football field, it may very well be a punt situation if Thonon can stop him here. And this is like the time of the game where usually you see something that we haven't seen yet before, that Thonon hasn't been able to scout. Let's see what it is, because they need some yards here for sure.
Into the stack, comes the pressure, line's looking good, long ball's up. And we got the INT. Number 1.
INT, whoever the receiver is, absolutely gave up on that play.
It's coming around. Oh, they got
a penalty there.
And
One's going to go out of bounds.
Takes it out of bounds. But that's an interception. Nice interception for Moreira.
Yeah, that was absolute ill-advised football. I mean, he was double cover back there, and he had completely given up on trying to catch that football. I mean, he had stopped running for all intents and purposes. That's why it was so easy for Moreira to go and catch that ball.
Well, you have to say it was 3rd and about 20 to go. It's almost like a punt right now that's got them pinned down into the deep end, so it gives a long field. However, Thonon has shown that they can make big plays today as well. So they've got 3 minutes to try it.
The one thing you definitely don't want to do at this rate in the football game, is as little as anybody stopped anyone, is give someone a two-score lead.
Yeah.
So it's one of the first times really that Coach Alonso's defense really has got their back a little bit to the wall. I'm not going to say completely, because I mean we've got a lot of football left to play, but this could be one of those game situations where, I mean, even at the very least, make sure you don't give them points. At the very best, this is the perfect time to try to come up with a turnover of your own.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to see if they're going to take some shots deep here, or if they're going to try and run the ball and get a little more space. But you got guys like Toby Sen, who's new to the Broncos this year. He come down from Zurich area and playing on, obviously has a desire to play at a higher level of football in this European level football, and certainly fits in terms of his body type out there, and he's playing rush end, and we'll see if he can get some pressure.
Yep, he played well in the semifinals. So let's see if he can. We called his name a lot, actually. Well, there's an inside. Oh, and there's nice. He dropped it.
There we go.
Nice play.
Number 29 on the play.
Yep,
from the Broncos.
That was a really well read.
Matthias Homla.
Really,
he's actually an Austrian, playing here, going to school, I believe, in Zurich area. But bringing some of the Austrian talent in, that's nice for the Broncos.
Well, it's close too. If you're anywhere in eastern part of or western part of Austria, it's a short drive. So let's see if they can continue the pressure. 2nd and 10. I am assuming they're going to stay with these short passes and just once in a while try to go deep. Again, he gets the outside.
He's getting no, ball's up.
And it is a pick. There it is. There's that pick they were looking for. Matthias Thonon is on the back end, and with 2:51, it's exactly what they needed out of that defense.
And you got to be really happy for Matthias. He's a great character person for this program.
Yep.
You see him doing the advertising all the time online. He's got his own company. One of the nice things about this European level, I mean, it's I would almost call it a semi-pro, even though the guys are not really getting paid money. Most of these guys have full-time jobs.
Yep.
Or they're going to school still.
Yep.
And Matt is one of those guys. He's got his own company, so he's actually making other people jobs and
playing football and getting interceptions.
So that gives him a chance with the 2:51 left to put some points back up.
Yeah, this is definitely, here we go, inside run to Noah, and they're going to give him some room, lots of room there. That's a beautiful run on the inside right there.
Stacks of
Ferretti is talking some smack. Oh, is it not? Maybe it's not Ferretti. Somebody in there, they're jawing a little bit. They're getting each other's ears. They know what the game is about, what's on the line.
Federico Ferretti, number 65, and we got number 54.
Yeah, it was
Kopacek. And those two guys have been playing together since they're like 10 years old. They're inseparable, but they do a good job on the front.
That's really nice to have as an offensive lineman when you got twins there. Another inside run by Noah. Another beautiful read, and puts his head down, gets another 6-7 yards.
Great run.
And he does not, I'm not going to jinx him, so I'm not going to say it, but yeah, he holds on to that ball. Let's put it that way.
That's a wish of death.
Yes, I'm trying to stay away from those jinxes, but
Yeah. While we talk about Filip Kovacic, that we're gonna just wish his father a happy birthday. It's his birthday today, so he's probably in the stands watching. I'm sure.
beautiful.
But,
Same birthday as my daughter. Happy birthday to her as well.
To Goran. And your son's doing a heck of a job.
Oh, it's 2-minute warning. So they're on the cusp of being able to maybe tie the game going into halftime. Would set the table for an unbelievable second half. And the Broncos, I mean, here, like, this is one of those typical, you can double up, right? So going in at the end of the half, scoring points, and then getting the ball in the second half, and if you can score some points, you can flip the entire game within a couple minutes.
That's exactly why you defer that coin toss, right? That's what the teams are hoping for.
Yep.
If they time things out right, that
Yeah,
they can get a double score.
They timed that interception perfectly. Max is not going down before he gets that first down, which he does get.
Picks up about 6 on the yards.
Yeah,
and that'll
first
give
down
him
stops the clock for a quick second as well, so that's good for them.
in the red zone now.
There it is. I know. Usually they wait until the chains are set before the clock runs, but the clock is running, so ref must have given that signal. Here we go again from just inside the red zone, so they're at the 18-yard line. It's going to be another run to Noah Bachhoven.
Yeah.
Puts his head down, gets another 5-6 yards. They're pounding the ball now, and this is what, for sure, that they wanted to do. I mean, and if they can run this kind of offense now and into the second half, then that defense is going to really be tired down. I mean, here they are now, bringing in the big guys already.
Yeah, I see Blackett coming on the field there. It looks like he's going to line up at a tight end or a split end type of position.
Yeah,
so
that doesn't surprise me. It's the first guy I would have told you once that tight end went out that I would bring in as a tight end, and he is lined up in a three-point stance as a tight end. So let's just make sure he does. And he's there he is. No!
And they give it back.
Oh, they do. And he was wide open. He just
needs to wait a second. Run a little bit more. That's number 7 again. We're calling from Thonon, though. I mean, he is just making plays
everywhere
today.
Yeah.
Adel the Fidel, and he is all over. So we talked a little bit to him before the game, and he's picking the Ravens this year to win the Super Bowl. And
it probably is not the first year he's picking them,
but he's a Seahawks fan. So
really.
Ooh, I don't know if he's going to.
Well, he probably had to pick someone else then. If it
the Seahawks are, they go through the rebuilding, and they seem to come out fine all the time.
Yeah, but they get stuck in that rebuilding phase, I think, a little bit. But here we go. 38 seconds left. I don't think there's going to be a lot of risk here. See Robin down here all by himself, trying to get that out of his head as quickly as he can. Inside handoff, but there's a hole and running room. And he doesn't go down easily. Same
solid 12, 13 yard
same
gain.
Running back that scored a touchdown before. That 7-0 touchdown. Number 20 for Thonon. Also really tough running. And they're hurrying. So they do want to do something with this ball, with this possession before halftime.
They got some really great receivers, so I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see something go up in the air here.
And it's another inside run. They're gonna try to tank him through. Yeah, I think that's it because they're not taking a timeout. So
there you go.
It looks like we're gonna go to halftime with a 21-14 lead for Thonon.
I think Thonon is leading in the turnover category at this point.
2-0. Yep. 2-1. Sorry, 2-1. We get that pick.
Got the interception here. There's one there, and there was the turnover. That's actually 3-1 now. That was an interception there as well in the end zone.
Yeah.
So, but that takes us to the half, and I mean, I've watched a couple of games this year, and this is a much more attractive game to be watching.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, this is a game why you come and watch football. Of course, everybody wants everybody here, other than the fans that have traveled all the way from Thonon, the majority of the fans for sure here wanting a Bronco win at the end, but I think just as much everybody is really enjoying a super football game.
So that's going to take us into the half. I think we'll take a little break then ourselves, and we'll be back
for the second half.
The second half.
All right. Enjoy your halftime.
Chile wieder was zu diesem schönen Finale beizutragen. Eine kleine Chile-Show. Da sind noch ein paar Pompons übrig.
Wenn du in den Bergen nach Empfang suchst, aber nur Funklöcher findest, nimm's entspannt, nimm's Pazifik. Viva Funkloch, Calanda, Viva Pazifik.
And welcome back to Chur, Switzerland for the CEFL final, the second half. Thonon, Black Panthers leading 21-14 over the Calanda BRONCOS.
Yeah, Calanda gets the ball after deferring in the first half, so they'll be able to try to make up for that mistake right at the end of the half. And there's another pooch kick. This time, another fair catch. No, I don't know what happens in that case. You could probably, I mean, if he ran, you throw a flag, no, or not? Oh, that's a good one. I mean, if it's allowed and he never touches the ball, then I guess anybody could do this. Another guy catches it and goes. I'm not sure. Something I will have to ask about, because that is something that you could use to your advantage.
I would suspect that would be allowed to be run back. I think I've seen it once before, I think, where you've seen
one guy fair catch and the other guy. Yeah, that's right. But not right where the ball. Yeah, I don't know.
Right where the ball is.
We'll see. Either way, it's first and 10 from their own 36, 37, and they're going to run. Up the middle, nice tackle. Really nice tackle by number 1 for Thonon. They're sure tacklers. They're well coached. Good tackle. It's a safety that came up, made that play. Really, really nice.
He's got some speeds. He's one of the return men as well.
Yeah, they're quick to the football for sure. I mean, he closed that down in a hurry. But this is why I'm not gonna hone in on this too much. There's another run, and he's gonna put his head down. He's looking at he's sizing up number 1, saying, "Yeah, you come and get me."
It looks like he's got a few pounds on the safety.
Yeah,
so
but safety knows it and took his legs out.
Yeah,
effective tackle. So it's gonna be 3rd and 2. It looks like the recipe is definitely going to be run Noah and try to just tire down that defense and draw up that defensive backfield. I mean, if number 1 as your safety is the guy making most of your tackles, then at some point you got to be able to go over the top.
Yeah, and you also, as a safety, don't want to be making every tackle.
Definitely not. No, because that's going to take its toll for sure. Andre Blackett as the up back, fighting for the first. Did not get it. Well, they got the far side guy is spotting the ball as a first down. She's on the near side, not going to give it to them.
I don't think he's quite made the lean.
Well,
I'm sure
they're giving him a good spot though, a really good spot.
Let's see here. They're bringing the chains out.
They
don't see that often anymore, but might be.
Yeah, he's gonna bring in the chains. He's bringing in the chains to measure that. And then I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you'd want to give the ball back at this point. You know,
no,
I mean,
think they coming out now and they need to really put points up. So I don't think
they're going to be short by probably about the length of a football. I'm from
your visual here.
What I
we're
see from
close.
up here.
I mean, we're on the 50-yard
Yeah, we're
line.
looking right down the line at it. So
let's see here.
try to draw them off sides and then you run a QB sneak. I mean, I don't know with Max.
Key decision here. Yeah, and you're right. They're just a nose shy, not even a full football length.
Yeah.
See the measurement there? It's about a half football length.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I mean,
There's
given the tush push on that O-line.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely.
I don't know if they've practiced the tush push like the Eagles, but
I don't know, but it's a very effective play, and so why wouldn't you do it since it's allowed?
Yeah.
I mean, it was not allowed for so long because it is so effective.
And the running back, the quarterback, is also a big guy, and if you keep the sneak, he should be able to.
Yeah,
get
and they are absolutely loading the box. So even if you backed out there on a play action and swing that out to Noah, I don't think number 9 gets back out to stop him for. There, everything is so tight.
This is a big play here because the Broncos need to really come out and score. And they're going to hand it off deep, and he's got it.
Oh, he does. He's right up the middle and beautiful blocking in the middle of that offensive line. I mean, the thing is, you can't stack it more than Thonon did. And they said, doesn't matter, we're taking it to you.
Yeah, and you see, I mean, Thonon's big man on the inside there playing D-tackle. That O-line from the Broncos is very big.
Very big, yeah.
He's a big man on defense, but
they just moved him, and that hole was huge. I mean, Noah had a lot of space in there. Andre Blackett also up inside there as the fullback. So 1st and 10 on the 48-yard line. Another run. Noah does get around the edge. Oh, and those are the hits.
Well.
Yeah, he is running well.
Is he ever? He's running really well today, everyone, I have to say. He's even managed to kind of keep his body and moving his hips after the hit forward, which gives him just a yard or two more.
Yeah, every play. And still, I mean, I'm going to touch on it, even though I have not had a chance to talk to Jeff. I mean, he's been a super busy guy, so haven't bothered him with the question of why don't we see more play action, but especially when you've got this offensive line and Noah running this well, those linebackers and even the safeties at this point, you're sucking up. So another deep pass looking for Max. Oh, and he drops it. An absolute beautiful pass for Max, and you never see him drop those.
Yeah, that's one that
he's going to want back. Absolutely.
And I'm sure Robin at quarterback would have liked to have that one picked up by Max as well. It was really a really nice placement of the ball. Only Max was going to have the opportunity to catch it.
Absolutely perfect.
Here we go. We got the national flag football coach over here.
Yeah, he's waving here. He's enjoying the game, having some fun. There's people from everywhere in Switzerland here, and it's nice to see.
Yeah.
So 3rd and 6 now. Another pass. He's going to.
He's got a good spin on it.
Yeah.
Not quite able to connect with Sundi
on
this.
Really, I mean, he's trying to pick on number 7, who's probably the last guy I would pick on today. I mean, the guy has got
he's having a day.
Tons of self-confidence right now. There's no way that you're going to double pump over him.
And we haven't seen much of Adrian Sunderhaus today.
No.
Sundi, as we call him. But he's got to do something, you know. It's going to show up.
I mean, I understand. I mean, and it was there. You know, it was there, and Max just dropped it. But, I mean, when you're running that effectively, I would have loved to have seen them just
Stick to the run a little bit.
smack them in the chops a few more times. I mean, because it demoralizes the defense, you know, because now they're thinking, oh, we can stop them. You know, we stopped them. We made them punt. But they haven't been able to stop them on the ground at all. You know, not even close.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, if we look at who's been playing really, really well today, it's the 2 number 7s on both sides of the ball.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Yeah, and the offensive line for the Calanda Broncos has been open in holes all day long. And it isn't. It look. I mean, and you know, it's nice to have a Max Gray in on your team, but you don't need to lean on him all the time for all the big plays. You know, I mean, and I understand he wants the ball, but you know, you're doing things well without him, and it wasn't at a point in time where you had to go get those 7 points yet. But I mean, second guessing is easy to do from up here, like I said before. And it's still only a 7-point game, but it's enormously important for the defense to get another stop here. Bad snap here.
Double move, but he was covered well by.
Oh, and they missed him again, but they're going to call a hold now. I think they got him for a holding.
Yeah, it looks like probably the case.
Yeah. Oh, and another foul, which hopefully it's not. Oh,
that looks like it might be on a defensive player, that one. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, no, and he was it's number 4. Is that Sen?
40?
Yeah.
He's.
I wouldn't be surprised if the foul is on him when afterwards you say, oh, no, the personal foul is also on him. And I guess he was the one that was personal fouled.
So there's 2 fouls against Thonon here. That's going to push them way back.
Well, this is exactly what they needed.
Toby Sen coming off the edge as the rush player for Thonon.
Yeah, but they haven't been able to contain him. They haven't gotten him once back there, and they've had more than one opportunity. But this definitely helps. They've got to slow up the rush a little when they get past that first level. Just a little bit. They come in so hot that he just jukes them and gets outside.
And you see a player like Toby out there, and you think, look, he's a prototype player. He could be playing college level somewhere.
Yeah.
And he's a law student. He's actually doing his master's in law. So
what do you know?
He's a really intelligent guy as well.
Yep.
And,
nice.
Just another
We've
one
got
of those
businessmen, lawyers. We've got everything out here. So it's first and a mile, about 22 by the looks of it. And they are going to pass. And there's pressure again. They do have him. He was down. They got to whistle at dead because his knees were both down.
And that's it. Sen coming in. We just talked about it.
Yeah, we did. And the pressure inside,
the
finally, the inside pressure came for the first time. So that's going to back him up even more. So we're talking second and almost 30 now. 26, 27. Yeah, I mean, bar any crazy stuff. I mean, if they can just keep him down here and not give him much.
You're in the shape where you're in the place where you're going to get a good ball position back.
Great
no
ball
matter
position.
What.
Yeah.
You just don't give up the Hail Mary here. And you certainly get the ball back inside 50 yards.
So here's that trip. So I'm still wondering if they're ever going to come back to that
some sort of trickery out
screen and go onto this side. Here's
the draw.
Nice tackle.
Okay. No problem. Just pick up a little bit of yards to give him some punting space.
Well, not yet because it's third down now. But, it's still third and now 20, I would say. Yeah, so third and 20, yep. Make sure that they don't get another good chunk here, and then I think the Broncos are in really good shape. And then they just definitely need to do something with the football this time.
See Matt Thonon at a corner and Patrick Grand at the other corner for the Broncos.
I'm
here with
really
the 20 yards to go.
Oh, there's some nice immediate pressure, and let's see how the tackling is. The tackling is good, so they got 11, but it's going to make them punt.
Yeah, that's too much to risk at this point of the game with a lead.
Okay, so I mean, I'm just surprised a little bit from the past and knowing Max's endurance. I'm surprised in situations like that you don't bring him in at safety.
Well, I mean, they've been playing good football all year, and they haven't done it. So, I mean, you just have to believe in the personnel you have out there.
absolutely.
But,
I mean, there's
maybe
no
it's something that comes. Snap is good, and he kicks it out.
Oh,
The
nice
kicks
block.
Not perfect.
Oh, careful.
Max is going to be a little more careful this time.
Yeah, he is, and they're going to stay away from it.
Well, I think Thanon's done well here.
Beautiful block on
considering,
the pass rush by number 38. He absolutely demolished Sen coming in on that rush there on that punt. Sent him for a ride.
Send him for a ride, yes. So Thanon's bringing the defense back out. Obviously, Broncos offense goes on with that. Just want to say we were taking a look at Anastae Nadom, who's number 12 for the Thonon. He seemed to be quite a player. He's still not going to be taking the field. He kind of limped out on the sideline at the half, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah, if you don't come back after halftime. Another nice run up the middle, another 6 yards. I mean, his average has got to be 5, 6 yards. And this is just something where this defensive line is begging you to throw the football so they don't have to be run on, you know. And at this point, going with 5 minutes left in the third quarter, if you can take the ball down now and score on a good drive, running the football, then I don't think there's a lot of gas left in a lot of those big guys for Thonon. Another run on the inside.
He's going to get a few.
Yeah, it doesn't get much there. And they're pinching. They're coming hard on that run now. I mean, as soon as it even looks like Robin puts the ball in anywhere near Noah's gut, everybody's coming from Thonon, which leaves wide open if you just pull it back out and then pop one.
He's picked up a yard on it, and leaves them about 3 to go. So we'll see if they have play action here or if they just go back to the run. And like you said, he's been averaging about
picking him up,
6 yards. So, I mean, at some point that wears down the line too, the defensive line.
Yeah, they're going to let Max jump in and probably run the football. He does. And he does pick up. Boy, that's close. That is not a great spot.
It's not a great spot at
No,
all.
and I think it's going to be about the same as it was last time. I wouldn't be surprised if you get another measurement. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a first down. Yep.
There we go. He's called it.
That's going to be a first down.
Well,
that's some precision ball spotting right there, I would say.
The Broncos leaving it close, though. O-line putting it together for them. They're putting it together for them right now. That seems to be getting it done.
Yeah, so still that 4-man line. They're not bringing anybody more. And here goes Noah, and he's making the defensive back end make those tackles, which of course they're going to go down take them at the knees, but they're not happy that they're the ones making all the tackles. I mean, that's first down and 10, and it was a first down, so we've got another first down and 10. This is what I'm saying. I think they're wearing this defense down right now already.
Yeah, Lucas Valera from the Thonon making the tackle. It was a nice tackle, but you don't want to give it up after 15 yards making that tackle.
Yeah, there's not a lot of they're going to look for Cindy in the middle. Oh, beautiful play. Beautiful play back there.
Back-to-back plays for Valera. And it's an important one because that would have been a for sure 6 if he didn't get a finger on this.
And this is, again, I mean, that step that 18 has, that one step that he needs to get that position, he loses, I guarantee you, if that's a fake handoff first.
Yeah, that might hold him up a little bit. Because also the quarterback needs to lay that out. Sundi had him deep. He actually needs to lay that out a little bit more.
That's a lot of pressure on a Swiss quarterback. You know, that's I think you can maybe expect that from a college good D1 quarterback. But here we go again with Noah. Oof. And again, it's a DB making that tackle. So it's going to be 3rd and 8 now.
Number 36, was it?
38?
36, I think it is.
36,
Jermaine on the tackle, playing corner today.
Nice tackle. They're really good at tackling back there. Really, really super sound tacklers. And they're absolutely no respect for any receiver speed whatsoever here.
Well, they haven't showed that. They've been uptight on the pressing them.
Yep.
Quarterback run.
Whoa.
Oh, he's got it. Oh, he had a lane.
Yeah, he did. He just doesn't have that pop that Noah does. But I mean, he's the quarterback, so you can't expect him to have everything.
Jacquin, the middle linebacker.
So it does make it 4th and 4, 5. 4th and 5, I would say 5.5, almost 6. Yeah, it's a long 4th down.
Yeah, it's a long. It's 5 yards, I think. It looks pretty middle of the line. But like you said, you wouldn't be surprised if Buffum's the kind of guy who goes for it on 4th, as long as it's not in his end.
Yeah, it is 4th, and they're going. So let's see what he does here. Looking for Max. That ball was not even close to anywhere catchable. I mean,
Morera on the play, really nice break there. Saw that coming all the way across on the crosser.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is, you've got to bring other players. Salome hasn't seen a ball today. Cindy, okay, yeah, they went to him twice, but I mean, in those situations, I guarantee you on the sideline, everybody's saying, "Look at number 3."
Yeah. This is something they seem to be paying attention to for sure.
Well, I mean, I would.
you do have to. I mean, he's
they've
really
got 14 points, and all 14 are by Max. So I mean, I would probably pay attention to that guy.
We've seen to speak for the Broncos defense, though, we haven't seen much out of the receiving core from Thonon today.
No,
which
we
is
haven't.
what they're really quite known for.
Yep. It's more the quarterback doing stuff with his feet, and then the short passes when runs after, and the runs.
There we go.
Number 20 again,
a good fill.
running nicely.
Who was that who came up from the secondary? Geisler coming up from the secondary, 21 with a very nice.
No, that's Ola Garden, number 21.
Oh, Garden, sorry. Garden, 21. Geisler's
26. Geisler's is on the other side, yeah. It's a good combination back there. You're absolutely right. It's that one mistake they made, and who knows whose that was back there when number 7 got free completely, that they somehow blew that coverage there. But other than that, they've been stable.
Yep.
Although, like you say, they haven't really been tested deep either. They've gone deep once, and they've scored a touchdown. So 2nd and 5.
Noise. The fans making a lot of noise here, which is helping out the home team.
Yep. Here we go. Quick. Oh, he's looking, but they got some nice blocking, though. You have to say, really. And that's amazing. That's amazing that he found somebody after all that time.
The D-line just couldn't quite.
No, the D-line absolutely zero. I would give kudos to the offensive line and not take anything away from the D-line. I mean, the offensive line just absolutely perfect on the pass blocking.
Those are the kinds of plays. I mean, you put so much effort on the defense when they start drawing on long. Those are the ones wear you out.
Yeah. Yeah, and at some point you just can't stay with everybody in the defensive secondary after, I mean, what was that, like 7 seconds?
Yeah.
So that's tough. That's tough.
1st and 10 from the Broncos 46.
They're trying to bring pressure again. Almost getting there, but he steps up so nicely into that pocket. Really, really. I mean, he's got a super feel for when the defensive end comes around that corner and stretches his arm out. It's exactly then when he just makes that move up into the pocket. Now there's a Bronco down. They cannot afford to lose defensive linemen because they just do not have enough.
Yeah, I think they've qualified themselves for a sack on that last play. Loss of 1. Let's see who's
that's their big boy Finnish player, import guy, I think.
From the D-tackle
position?
Yes,
yep. Super important on the inside, not only pass rushing wise, but also it looks like he's going to be okay, though. Maybe poked in the eye?
Yeah, they're looking up top, so it's...
Well, that's a good thing, because you get 2 eyes, so you should be okay.
The Vikings, the Viking blood in him.
Absolutely, yeah. He looks like he's going to be okay.
It's an acceptable war wound. He'll be back.
Yeah, he's okay. So that's a very good thing for the Broncos. They can very much not afford to lose the inside of lineman there, because he's one of, I would say he's probably their heaviest defensive lineman.
Yeah.
And when you look at that offensive line, not like Thonon is trying to run a lot on him, but
here they come, full spread, 5 receivers, empty backfield.
Yeah, last play of the 3rd quarter. unless it's a quick incompletion. It's going to be the last play of the. He's going to let it run down. Nope. Here's the snap. Oh, they got there again, but again he's wide open. Number 7 with another catch, but beautiful tackle on the back end. Beautiful tackle on the back end by Ola Garden again.
He's claiming that he wasn't.
No, he was touchdown for sure. The refs already got that spot there. Yeah, but he got 6 yards. I mean, they're given that and those crossers are wide open.
Well, I think right now the Broncos seem to be getting pressure, but they just can't quite get their hands on the quarterback, and that's
that extra 1 or 2 seconds is just giving him enough time to get the look that he needs. Yeah, so it's end of the third quarter. They're going to switch ends of the field here, and then we'll continue in the fourth quarter with Thonon leading still, just like it was at halftime, 21-14, so a scoreless third. After a lot of points in the first and second quarter, now not so many points.
We've seen some good plays in that quarter, I have to say, from both sides of the ball.
Yep.
And I'm sure we're going to see a few more going forward, but what's going to be the decisive one? Is it going to be Thonon going up by 2 scores, or is it going to be the Broncos evening the score?
Well,
stay tuned.
I have to, I don't, you know, as a neutral bystander here, I would bet, a good chunk of money if Thonon can go up by 2 scores here, then then it's a really steep uphill battle. You might as well climb the Calanda at this point.
Yeah.
But let's see what they do. Let's see if they can surprise us. Andre Blackett's over there trying to organize the defense. He's got enough time, so everybody knows what they're doing. Everybody knows what they've changed up. They've changed up the defensive play by the looks. He's audibled. Everybody knows what they've got. And lots of noise again, like you said before. It's 3rd and 7, 6. Big play here, lots of time again, and wide open receiver in the secondary, plus he's running. And he's just barely got him out of bounds at the 10-yard line. But again, those intermediate depth routes are just killing them.
Liam Ward with the reception and the pickup after the yak yard.
And it's not like, I mean, even here, you know, I mean, I understand a linebacker out of place on when there's play action. But when there's no play action, and that's a hook curl right there, I mean, where is the outside linebacker?
Well, they made some changes there at the line of scrimmage, and maybe it's just something that they maybe should have stuck with the original play. But these are things, you know, you have an experienced player like Blackett in there, and he's making
he saw
decisions.
something, and he makes a decision, and whoever had that, I mean, no matter what he called, and because I didn't see a blitz, so somebody just didn't have their zone there. Quick screen again, and a good tackle immediately. Beautiful tackle there. That was
99 out there.
Yeah, that's Mauro Buehler, who is back. It's the first time. Is that him, 99?
I think.
Yeah, Mauro Buehler back for the first time in a long time in a football uniform. I mean, I'm sure he had some practices, but I haven't seen him in a game in quite some time.
You're talking about those guys who've been around for a lot of experience.
Yes, and he's one of them. I mean, he hats off to that guy. I mean, he went through a lot, health issues. The fact that he's even out here and playing football, amazing. Complete respect to Mauro and now making plays like that. Awesome job.
He's also here in the Alps. Well, let's just let this play get off here first.
Here we go, another pass. You know, that looked to me like a QB draw, and that's going to be.
He's in.
The knee was down, it looked like, before he put the ball out.
Yeah.
They're not giving it. I didn't see it.
She's on the other sideline giving it.
Okay.
So that's going to count. That's going to take Thonon. They're two scores up.
Let's see here. Oh, close. But from here, hard to tell. We're behind the ball, but that's a killer right there. That's a dagger.
He's got the ball. Let's see if he has the ball out in front. He does, I think.
Yeah.
He's got the ball.
Yeah, it's close. Yeah, it's close.
Well, Thonon's out quick to kick it, so there's going to be no discussion.
On an instant replay, yeah, probably not. Let's see if number 7 can get another point off there, and he does.
And now it becomes a very different game. The Broncos have to try and open things up a little bit.
Well, that's exactly it, you know, and that's not their strength. It's not their strength. They all season long, it hasn't really been, not against good defenses.
Yeah, and I think this is a
and this
pretty
is
good
a
secondary.
really good defense with really good secondary. I mean, this is what happens when you have great receiving core that you practice against every day.
Yeah.
Your DBs are good.
Yeah.
You know, because they got awesome practice every single practice they have against a really good quarterback. And they have to, if they practice anything like they play, then these guys are covering in practice for 10 seconds of play.
Absolutely. And I also think, I hate to say it, being that we're living here in Switzerland, but the leagues that they're both playing in and the regular league game outside of the
Makes a
European
difference.
stuff makes a big difference.
Makes
the
a
French
huge
league
difference.
is a little bit stronger.
Oh, much.
And
Yeah, I mean,
that gives them a bit of an advantage over
the Swiss league has really, I mean, even with Bern getting a lot of their players back this year, Basel okay, but I mean, yeah, it hasn't been much of competition here. Another pooch kick here. He's going to field that again at the 40. Seems like that's the recipe. And there again, I mean.
That's good yardage. I mean, you can't.
Not bad, but put another guy there, you know. I mean, Tino he's a running back, but he's up in age and he's not the fastest guy anywhere. Put a guy like Cindy,
Yeah,
you know,
somebody
there that can take the ball and go.
Yeah. It might be time to do that, but I'm sure
Well, I
the
mean, if
Broncos
they have
isn't-
to kick off
then
again,
it's
then
not
I
gonna
think it's
matter.
over anyway.
Yeah.
But let's see what the Broncos can do now. Here we go, another run up the middle. Noah gets those. Yeah,
It's really hard not to see that they don't run every time.
yeah, really.
They really are moving.
They're displacing the defensive line on most of those plays. And if somebody does make the tackle near the line of scrimmage, it's usually a D-back that's pinching down. You know, it's 11 or 1 or one of those guys that are coming, or 18.
2nd and 4.
A low snap there. No, it's a tough one. Robin's going to try to take that himself.
He's done well. He's made a smart decision there, I think, not to stick with the play and just keep it in his hands.
Very
Picked
good.
up two.
Yeah, really, really low snap there. You had to take that off the grass, basically.
Well, that brings us to 3rd and 2. 3rd and 1.5, maybe.
Yeah, now the clock becomes a factor. You know, I mean, the run game's nice. And if you're but I think if you're Thonon, you're more than happy giving him 3, 4, 5 yards of play, because there's no way you're going to be able to score 14 points in 9 minutes if you just do that.
You're going to have to break something bigger than just 6 yards.
So get that first down, which again, look at that. Look at the offensive line displace that defensive line. I mean, that's another gain of 5 yards right there on 3rd and 2. Where you know they're running when they can't stop it. But like I said, time is huge now.
Hometown crowd is on the edge of their seat, hoping they can bring this within 1 before the end of the game.
Yeah, in a hurry now. So another run up the middle, he
dropped
dropped
the
the ball. Did he drop the ball? I think he got stripped, and the question is who has it.
I think it's
the Broncos get it back.
Thonon seems to be pointing their way.
Oh, if they do turn it over here, I think
it's going to be a real mountain to climb.
Yeah, that would be the first turnover of this half. No,
this half, I think. What's going on here? And they haven't just made a decision yet. They're still. The referee seems to be pointing the Broncos direction, but there hasn't been an official.
Yeah, here's the replay. Let's check it out.
Here's the ball.
He definitely loses the ball.
Where does it?
But he's got it back. He gets it back. He has it. He has it. And then they rip it out.
He gets quite a bit more of a gain.
It's absolutely, the ball bounces right to his gut, and he has it on the ground. And as soon as they touch him, he's down.
Yeah.
So that should absolutely should be
Broncos ball.
Broncos ball.
I think he's come out of the pile, kind of suggesting.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, and Noah's a little bit upset by that. He knows he had the ball.
Yep, he did. Noah had the football. No, that's unfortunately a very, very, very bad call by the refs. It's unfortunate because this is a game-changing call right here.
It is, and there's no replay for them to go to.
Nope.
Unfortunately,
they can't do anything about it. Now they have to get the ball back because Thonon is more than happy just letting that clock tick.
Yeah.
You know, and even if they, you know, I would say 2 first downs, and that could be enough to keep the ball away from the Broncos long, because they get it back in between at least once, even if the Broncos can score. So
They're going to for sure run the ball. That we know.
well, and I would say that 20 and 5 will be running the football. Yep. So one of the two of them has the ball for sure. Yeah, I have this weird little bit of deja vu from last year in the game. Here's 20, another missed tackle.
He's gotten himself
Yeah.
out to gain about
Yeah.
3 yards.
First guy in was Sen again, I think, and I don't know how he missed him in that hole there. But
Really could have been
here,
a tackle
right
for
here,
a
he gets
loss.
inside, perfect position, but
Just misses him on
misses him. Yeah.
that. It's good team tackling, but again, it's a run. Time's ticking. Thonon also not shabby on their front line.
No, they're huge. They're huge. So you know this defensive line is tired at this point. I mean, and every turnover means you have less time on the sidelines to rest. You know.
Yeah.
So let's see if the defensive. I know you know you're going to be bringing areas. You know you're going to be bringing Andre Blackett more on.
We got a little
Yeah,
extra,
there was
but
nothing there. That's just
there.
continuation.
We got
If you've got momentum with two guys going in a direction, even if the whistle blows, you can't stop that immediately. So it's nice that they just let that go. Third down, so this is huge right here. If they can stop them and get the ball back,
Berg on
really not a lot of time. Almost, you're going to be, I mean, even with a quick score, you have to be thinking onside kick, no?
Yeah, I think when the time's getting to this point, you probably have to. Berg was out with the tackle there, so that was a good one. They have 9 yards to go with third down.
Yeah, and you know the quarterback he's watching that clock and just taking his time.
So let's see if they even dare to try and test the pass, but I could imagine they may just run it again.
No, they are going to pass, and they're going to swing pass it to number 20 because he's wide open.
Okay, he's got the option to
He's
run.
going to run, and
Doesn't make it.
fourth down, but that's a lot of time. It's a lot of time coming off that clock. I mean, when you have, this
This might be against the Broncos, which is going to be a problem for them.
that will be an automatic first down, and
Referee stopped the
more or less end the game. If it is against the Broncos, let's just hope it's not. For them, being neutral. Yeah, I try.
It's true.
Forgive me out there, everybody. But there's
It's against Thonon. So we have
an unsportsmanlike personal foul against Thonon. Yep. Unsportsmanlike conduct. And the big thing here for them is not just the yards they lose, it's that the clock stopped. I mean, it's basically a timeout for the Broncos that they just gave them.
very helpful 15 yards in
Yeah,
the stoppage. But, Blackett, experienced player, he wouldn't try to get a penalty of that nature. So I thought it might be against the Broncos, but this is going to be obviously advantageous. Now they just need to make something of this return and then hopefully get a quick strike.
I mean, if they do either get a return touchdown here or within a play or two, then you don't even have to onside kick because you've still got all your timeouts. But anything, I would say if you go more than having to get one first down, then your time is
Time must be ticking here.
it is ticking, and that's weird because isn't it usually that it starts on the snap?
Not
But
a
I
bad
guess not.
punt. Good
Very
cover.
nice punt
Very
and a
cover.
good roll too.
It's very good cover. So Thonon is giving themselves a good field to work with on the defensive side, and with a good secondary, it's asking a lot. So the Broncos been able to show that they can run the ball today, but they haven't been able to connect on the passing attack that they usually are quite vicious with as well.
Yep.
And that's hats off to the secondary. They might be just,
Yeah, I mean,
just a strong secondary.
Yeah, it's a very good secondary, and the I mean, not just against the pass. I mean, they've done more than their fair share of run support today as well.
That's true. They've come up hard and strong.
So let's see what the Broncos have in their box of tricks. And it's a quick pass out to Salom. That's not going to get you very far. He's fighting for yards, and he gets out of bounds.
That's good.
No, why is she?
She's stopping
I-
forward
he-
progress.
Uh,
The clock is still running.
Yeah, she waved it as. Yeah, she must have said he stopped forward progress on the field. So they've got to hurry now.
They're organized to get the snap off fast at least.
Yep. This is also something they haven't been able to work on a lot. There's a really, really low pass there.
It's a long ball there to go
Yeah.
out to the outside.
But
side
it's
field.
it would be a first down with some room to move around or at least catch it and run out of bounds. Had the ball been a little bit higher.
Stop the clock, and third brings us to 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4,
Yep.
perhaps. Let's see what the Broncos bring and how Thanon's playing. It looks like they're in a solid cover 2 defense. Well, they're still playing tight.
And they're moving with the people, so it looks like Robin's going to run this one for the first down. Okay.
Down up. They should get the ball into the center quick and snap it off. So they pick up the first down, but they still have clock running. And they need to find somewhere where they can start picking up larger chunks of yardage.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And they're definitely missing their tight end today, for sure. He was a staple in their offense all season long, and they're missing him today for huge. He's going to just try to get what he can and get out of bounds.
Picks up pretty close to another first down. And he sticks out of bounds, which stops the clock.
Yeah.
And Thonon playing quite deep and giving the cushion they need to not to give up anything big. So there's going to be more and more of those open runs, but that doesn't necessarily help them. Why is the clock running if he ran out of bounds?
I have no idea, but it's the timekeeper on the field that has the clock. So I think they probably will at some point reset it. I mean, yeah, even the fans here are asking why is the clock running. Yeah.
Throw it away.
Yeah.
There you go.
He was up in his face mask, but they're going to call that petty stuff.
Might have just thrown it away a second or two sooner, just at this point.
Yeah, Larry's pacing the sideline. I don't know if he's beaten Jeff in a championship game, to be honest with you.
I don't know. In the Swiss League, the Broncos have been pretty dominant for a lot of years.
He was the Geneva head coach, and that was close to off. Yeah, and they're going to give it to him, so he's going to go up top.
He's got a shot.
Oh,
and
nice play by the defense. But it's a defensive offside, so they're going to give him the first down. But beautiful play by the defense.
Germain, DB, playing corner over there.
Really absolutely beautiful. Just perfect timing.
Yeah, saved 6 points there. But it was a free shot. The quarterback picked that up and took his free shot deep. Would have been something that would have maybe made the game interesting. But let's see here. Again, still a few minutes and stranger things have happened.
Absolutely. It's not over till it's over. But like we said, I think you've got a very good defense, a very athletic defense, a very well-coached defense, and it's always difficult to score 14 points in 3:42 at any level of football. So let's see what happens. I mean, it gets interesting for sure if they can just score a touchdown here. It puts Thonon in a bit of a more awkward situation than being up by 2. And
got the ball
he's
deep.
wide
He's got
open down there. How did they let Max Gray get that wide open? Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
That just absolutely baffles me. I mean, of all people. It's like, okay.
They've been so solid in the secondary for
and I mean,
Thonon.
I need to see where Max Gray started from. I think he was in motion.
He was in motion. He went over to the left slot.
And then he, from there, just ran a regular post, and he just split the safeties. The safeties looking at each other like, I thought you had him.
Well, the crowd has jumped back to life here. With
Yes,
some
absolutely.
hope.
And with 3:33 and 3 timeouts, it does now actually become interesting.
The defense has shown they can stop them.
Yeah, and you're not willing to take huge risks if you're Thonon, you know, and absolutely could be a last-second save if this turns out to. That's an important kick right there, which he makes. So it is now 21-28.
One score, 3:33 on the clock. It's almost most definitely going to be one of these pooch kicks, or at least an onside kick here.
Yep.
So you're going to try not to have any return.
That was the instant replay we just missed, but
here it goes again.
there it
So
is. Yeah,
the
and
ball
I mean he
up.
just they run. Somebody jumped. No, they were both back there, but they just both out of position.
Well, quarterback put the ball in the right spot.
He absolutely did, and I'm super happy for Robin because it hasn't been the day of all days for him for sure. But I mean, with especially here, I mean Max dropped one on him. The long interception down there, you can say double coverage, but the receiver kind of gave up on that one. That would probably have been an incomplete pass. But that right there just made up for a lot because that was a dime that he just dropped in there to Max. I mean, not only on the money, but he gave Max all kinds of time to just walk in underneath that ball.
He's had quite a game. I mean, that one drop's going to haunt him because he's had 3 scores. He's got counts for all the 21 points on the board.
Yes,
really.
he does. Yes, that's why he's so surprised. And they're going deep now to the corner to number 7, the all-utility guy from the Thonon team. Let's see what he can get done this time. He's going to try to get the outside, and he is fast. So, yeah, I'm surprised they gave him that. I am so surprised. The outside contain did not just stay outside. I mean,
he's pumping there, his home crowd, and he's got quite a few fans here.
Yes, they do.
Thonon, and,
yeah, and that's just a killer. That is just an absolute killer. I mean, he ran probably about 80 yards on that return, if not more. More. He ran almost a 100-yard return right there to get the ball to the 47. But I mean, there's no way as the outside contained man on this side you can let the guy get outside of you.
Now the home crowd is making as much noise as they can here to help the team.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be now. It's also strategic as far as when do you want to take your timeouts. You'd love to have them on offense, but with the ball in your hand, you can stop the clock. Yeah, and I think they probably will have to start taking the timeouts here on defense on this drive to try to get the ball back. There's a run.
See what
they stop him. No.
Not yet.
Oh, that's just another missed tackle. Another missed tackle. I don't know how many times we've said that today, but number 20 just keeps running.
Just kind of getting their hands on them, but not their body.
Oh, and they do take a timeout. So
kind of
they're putting it on this drive to stop them.
I know Max was talking about if he wins this championship that it might be his last run, but it's going to be. I guarantee you he wants another 1 minute 30 to see if he can get something.
Absolutely, and who knows what gets pulled out of the box of tricks when that happens. But I don't know why the clock is running because I thought they took a timeout. I really just I don't get the whole clock situation.
I think the clock might be wrong by at least a minute.
Well, it's got to be. But I mean, you'd think that the ref, or maybe he's just ignoring it at this point. But for the crowd, it's going to be nerve-wracking. Run outside, number 20. He's got some room there.
He's got
some room.
First down.
Yes, he got the first down. He was definitely staying in bounds.
That's going to be a very tough first down for the Broncos to swallow.
No, he didn't give it to him. Didn't give it to him. Nope. They're saying he was down before.
I'm going to watch this replay here
I
again.
don't know how they, and not even close.
Okay, wow. Doesn't seem to be any argument, but
no.
Sure that they're going to run again.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I would not be surprised. Now it's a timeout. So, yeah, and you can't see on this clock. Who knows how many timeout we've got? One. So it is the first one they took. So if this is correct here on our screen, It's the first time out they took, but I was almost positive I saw the ref do one of these before. But I guess I was mistaken. You know, my eyesight's not getting better, and who knows? Maybe the ref was just waving at a fan.
I think maybe we were just stopping for a second to make sure they were all on the same page.
Probably.
Which is important too. Well, this will be a very tough 2 minutes either way.
Lots of trust here. You can see Jeff not even close to that defensive huddle. It's all Alonso's defense, and yeah, the pressure now is on that defense to get. I mean, they've got to stop him here. I can't imagine Thonon going on 4th down and not punting the ball and making them go the length of the field if they don't get it here. But hey, who knows at this point?
The defense has played well. Like we said, the secondary maybe gave up that last touchdown, but they've been playing relatively strong. And you'd have to put it in the defense's hands. I mean, that's the only.
Quarterback is under center, so I would not be surprised to see a tush push here. Nope, they're going to go with a regular. Oh, and they got him, and they got him. Look at that. It's Mauro Bueller who breaks through.
I think it's
it's not. No,
Berg.
it's Finn.
It's Berg.
Whoa, Berg, he came through like a lightning bolt.
Yeah,
I mean, for a big guy, that is some speed right there.
We were worried he might have hurt his eye, but he had full sight of that.
Yes, he did.
Back from the first step.
They lost 3 yards there.
So we can be sure they're going to punt now.
So he's got 1 timeout now left for their offense.
And certainly a few plays that'll try to expose the sideline to let them get out of bounds. It's always difficult in this situation because you know the defense is going to been trained, especially by a good coach, to leave that inside open a little bit more.
Yep.
How much do you leave open? A guy like Max, you let him have
absolutely.
something in the middle.
No, and I think that's a little bit of that's the dilemma, you know, and that's now it's all, can you take advantage of it or not? Can you take what they give you, and the edge that they have here. Thonon, I mean, and I was right here where they're going to punt. They're going to make them, make sense.
Yeah.
Make them go the whole length of the field in 2 minutes, right?
Would you think he's punting it out of bounds? The coach would have told him to punt it out of bounds?
I do not think he's going to punt it to Max, but, I mean, the way that he punted before is exactly the way I would punt it again. I would punt a line drive kick and roll and let it roll.
The coverage has been good.
Yeah, it's been great.
And it shows on the special teams.
Just don't jump off sides.
If your special teams is good, the rest of your team is usually good.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, if
Good
you have
snap.
time to
Great.
coach,
Oh, he's
boy,
gonna
they're
fake
faking it. Oh, it's a
late kick.
pooch. No,
kick. It was a late
he
kick.
should get a flag for
there's the flag.
for faking it. That's a really late flag.
It's on Thonon here again.
It's got to be.
He doesn't look like the Calanda Bronco player is very upset.
No, he doesn't. He's gonna give him a. I mean, I don't think I've seen a flag for flopping in football. Have you?
I don't know if I have.
But that is one.
I would be
holding. Oh yeah, they're gonna decline that.
I would be all for it, and I wish they would do that in soccer as well.
Yes, either way.
There you go. Okay, so we talked about it just before that Max would die for a minute 30. He's got a minute 57.
Yeah, it's the table is set for an absolute huge and I guess we almost have to talk about it. But do you go for 2 if you score here? Do you go for 2 here?
I don't know. I
mean, do you end it?
If this half, if they pull out the score here in this half, they've won 14-0. So I would be saying, let's just take the tie, take the extra time.
No, 14-7.
14-0 in this.
In this quarter.
In this half. No?
No.
It was 21.
Yeah, it was 21.
Right. It was 14-21.
Yeah.
14-7. Means you've won the half, right?
You've won the half.
So,
yeah.
And I still think that big O line is in the run game. If I have
if
another time.
If you get the coin toss, then sure. But first, let's
still got to get there.
Get the touchdown first.
Oh, and that's not the way to start.
No.
That's clock ticking.
Hanging on to the ball for a long time.
Get up on the ball. Looks like Kovalich. There we go. The D line's got to get back up there, or the O line's got to get back to the ball.
I mean,
135 left.
Yeah, you want the long ball in a hurry, but you don't need it. You know, I mean.
Just need yards. Here we go. That's a pickup Sony. We finally have his.
Oh, that's a
there's
horse collar right there. Horse collar. Yep, there it is. There's the flag from right down here. She's not calling it, but he's calling it here, and that definitely was one. So that tacks 15 yards.
It's unusual that she didn't call that.
No,
she was really great.
Yeah, she's looking right at it, but
Let's
maybe
take a look at it here.
Doesn't know. Yeah, I mean for sure he grabs him inside. That's a textbook horse collar right there. I mean, look at where he's got him.
Yeah,
I mean that's textbook.
Look at this.
Right, look at that.
Slowing it down.
Absolutely horse collar.
Now the question
100%.
is that a warning or is it a
No,
game
that's an
misconduct?
automatic 15 yards. 100%.
I mean the misconduct for the player. Is he?
No,
he's
no,
warned?
no. That's a regular 15-yarder,
Okay.
personal foul. Yeah, but that under 100%. I mean, it doesn't get more textbook. If they,
I show my age here because there was a day where we
Yes,
were taught
yes.
to lock the back of the
horse
shoulder.
collar, absolutely. I mean, that we used to tackle that way.
Yeah, exactly.
You-
That's
you
what I'm
know,
saying.
but-
there was a day where they would teach you like make sure
I mean,
you lock them there.
Poor
and then,
Roy Williams, you know. I mean, that guy probably wouldn't have made a tackle as a safety. And how many tackles did he make? I mean, he patented that move.
All right. Well, we got a minute 24 on the clock. A first down. We're in the Thanon's
Yeah, you're at the 44-yard line of Thonon.
of play, and it becomes a very interesting minute 24 coming
It
up.
sure does. And one timeout left still. So let's see what they do here. It's exciting down the wire for sure. Either way, I mean,
Quite.
Yeah,
Here
and,
he runs, moves his legs.
no,
That's the
oh,
throw
boy.
away. Ooh, he's lucky he didn't overthrow that a little bit more. Otherwise,
Yeah,
it would
I
have been
mean,
picked off. So
unfortunately, he didn't hit Noah because Noah was wide open on the flat there.
got 1:17 left. No gain. Clock stopped. So 3 downs to go, and let's see what do they call Mr. Jeff Buffum from time to time? The Wizard. Of
The
the
Wizard,
Alps.
yes, yeah. Was that what they call him? The Wizard of the Alps.
I think there was once a nickname like
All
this.
right. Well, let's see if he can pull something out of the hat. If there's any rabbits left in there.
They certainly got to be taking their best DB and placing him over
Max, yeah. I mean, this is why I think they're probably running him not a lot of pressure this time. And Salo definitely gets out of bounds this time. Yeah, she stops it this time.
Stops the clock. 1:09 left. We're down to 3rd down. He did pick up a few yards on the play, so we'll be looking at about 3rd and
Yeah, and
6.
I mean they've got 4 downs, so.
So
Yeah, the
goal right now
on
is
the
get the
combination routes. I mean, they're taking the deep guys away, obviously, but the underneath stuff. It seems that he's looking deep a long time before he does go underneath.
just about.
Oh,
lost
and he
his
does
balance.
get out of bounds as well. Beautiful play.
pick
Does
up
he get the first
I
down
think-
though?
No, she spotted it a bit short.
Yep. The other guy gave it to him on the other side, but she is not giving it to him. So it's 4th down and 1.
So it's tough because you need to pick up that first down. So you're going to probably.
Well, the
run
clock's
ball.
not an issue. I mean, where
You
you
have a
are on the
timeout.
field, you're still okay time-wise.
You get a little stoppage of play as they reset the chain.
Plus, you get a 2-minute warning. So
We haven't had the 2-minute warning yet.
that's true. So that just that does not look good.
I don't think he got it.
I don't think so either. I think what kind of play was that? It looked like a broken play.
It looked like a broken play. There was a little bit of a collision in the backfield there.
Yeah, that's not even close to a first down. So for sure, that's first down for Thonon, and that would be the game.
We're going to measure it just to
Just
make everyone
all
sure.
intents and purposes, right? Yeah, I mean this. Yeah, but that's the game.
Really short. And like you said, we haven't noticed the 2-minute warning yet.
No, so there was no need to rush there.
Yeah, because our clock here is not really on the correct.
But I mean,
time.
this makes it difficult also for Jeff Buffum if he's working with the clock that's on over there. I mean, if it's completely off.
He's having conversation here. We're just trying to figure out. But this is certainly.
Yeah, I think that's exactly the conversation. He's been looking at the clock up there. Had he known that 2-minute warning was coming up, then
may have called a different strategy out of it.
Yeah, I mean, because obviously you're working with the clock. I mean, then turn the clock off, right? If you know what's wrong.
Let's see here.
Yeah, because this is not going to be close. I mean, they got this. They didn't get this first down.
Short. There we
No.
go. Looks like we have a new European champion pending any
Really crazy things now.
lightning strike.
Yep.
It looks like Thonon Black Panthers have earned themselves a Central European Championship. And that's going to be heartbreaking for the Broncos for sure. Obviously a great celebration for Thonon and all the hard work they've put in.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the Broncos 2 years in a row for the home team. The championship game just coming a little bit short.
Yeah, and you can be pretty sure the league won't award a third one, even if they do get back here. So I'm pretty sure they won't be here if they do. If they are able to come back from this and win it next year, probably won't be in front of the home crowd, which is too bad.
Well, they really have a great crowd here, and this new facility is wonderful. And playing on a full-size field, like you said at the start of the game, these are all things that are very wonderful for the game in general. Like people here seeing the numbers on there nicely, and just the whole proper setup, it just makes it what American football is supposed to be.
Exactly.
And
Of course, they're going to take a knee here and let that clock run. I don't even know if they're going to take that time. I mean, the weird thing is, I don't remember seeing a 2-minute warning.
there was that moment we thought they
but
took
then then the clock doesn't stop before the ball snapped.
That's true too.
So
but you know, we do
very
have
strange.
the timer here and the referee are two different things.
Yeah, but I mean, they wouldn't be taking a knee if it wasn't correct. You know, if we were outside the 2-minute warning.
Victory formation.
And that's it right there.
Congratulations, Thonon Black Panthers.
Congrats on
They've
a really
played really well,
good season, and they're gonna go celebrate with their fans over here, and rightfully so.
Disappointed.
Calanda Broncos, they're not used to losing here, for sure. Not. I don't know the last time it happened. Well, the last time it happened was the last championship game in the CEFL. So a year ago.
Terrible storm.
Yep. Definitely not. I mean, everything was perfect. The table was set, and
two teams and a one touchdown game. I mean, you couldn't ask for more really as a game. It was a very good game.
No, on all fronts, really. It was well. Other than that, one turnover, which wasn't one, which also made a huge difference. The one that Noah Bachhoven got back. I think that definitely can be a game changer in a situation like this, obviously.
Yeah, that's a tough
but
decision.
in the end, if you consider a turnover the biggest mistake you can make, then we lose the turnover battle, or the Broncos lose the turnover battle, and so the team with the more mistakes lost.
That's
which is
generally how it works, right?
That's yeah. I mean, very rarely do you win the turnover battle and lose the game.
Yeah.
And today again proved that was the case. So, but all in all, very good reffing. Always fully in control of the football game, and both super coached football teams.
Yeah, it's
really nice plays on both sides of the ball. I mean, the crowd got everything that they paid for to watch today.
Yeah, it's I mean, the hometown is certainly looking for the trophy.
Of course.
It's much better this way than having a 50-0 game.
I agree, because it just takes away from what you're out here working for if you can blow people out, you know. So
they've got the table set up with the trophies and the medallions for the players. Of course, there'll be a second place medallion for the Broncos to take home, but yeah, I have a few of those myself, and they don't seem to find my trophy case.
No, they get lost a lot. I mean, I think I should have a couple, it seems like, too, but I think I've lost them all somehow.
I don't know how that happens.
Yeah, me either.
But congratulations to a great Central European Football League season to both teams, both coaches, staffs, and all the support people that have been helping them. Both teams have really great programs, which means there's a lot of people doing a lot of extra work that we don't see here on the game
Oh,
day.
absolutely. I mean, you couldn't pay it. You know? I mean, if you look, they're spending as much time as a lot of college programs do.
Yeah.
And we know what the paychecks look like there, even high school for that matter. And here, you know, the paychecks aren't that big, and the work's being done. And there, nice picture. You've got Jeff and Larry out there talking.
Yeah. Midfield there.
Yeah,
And,
nice to see as well. You know, they've got a lot of respect for each other. Absolutely. I mean, like you said, probably the two most well-tenured coaches in European football as far as having moved here, one from the U.S., one from Canada, end up staying here and doing what they've done. Absolutely hats off to that. And it makes, I mean, they've made this sport so much better, the two of them.
Yeah, they've embedded themselves into the cultures that they are in, and they've built programs around them. Which is, we need a lot more of that. It takes a management team behind. It takes a lot of volunteer hours from people in European football because it's not highly financed by.
No, there's not a lot of glory in it, you know.
TV contracts.
Yeah, I agree. But
it's just us here on the stream today, and you know, if we hope you've enjoyed the show.
And we appreciate, obviously, you guys being here with us and watching the game, and hope you enjoyed it at home too. I mean, for sure, Thonon fans, again, congrats. You guys are enjoying this, and rightfully so. But I mean, you Broncos fans out there that are watching the stream that aren't here at the stadium, you can definitely be proud of your boys in red down here, because amazing season so far, obviously not over yet, and they are obviously huge favorites for the championship title within Switzerland. But yeah, this is probably the one biggest goal of the year, was probably this game right here.
Yeah, I think this is what they're really were playing for. I mean, the Swiss championship for them is something they know they're going to make the final, and it's, you know, I honestly think they just hope for a competitive game in the final in the Swiss League, but the reality is,
we all are.
We're all hoping, but the reality is that the Broncos are really playing on another level.
Absolutely.
Over the rest of the teams, and it's a lovely thing, really, but it's also a difficult thing when you're a program trying that you have to play in your local league.
I agree.
Maybe they'll make a move. I don't know what the future is for the Broncos.
We don't know. But, and it's going to be interesting to see, do they stick with a non-import quarterback? I mean, Robin does an amazing job. Absolutely. Do not want to take anything away.
I don't think he hurt them at all today. Really don't think he was he put the ball where he needed to. He got a couple of touchdowns. Could there be a couple other passing plays or things you might
I'm not sure if he doesn't run the offense differently.
But he used his feet. He ran.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm just, this is just like, you know, open speculation on what might you do now that you've lost 2 in a row. You have to obviously you change something if you want to move forward, because you can't just stay where you are, and so you analyze. And one of the key position of a football team obviously is your quarterback, and so the question becomes, you know, do we stick with this and continue to build up what we've got around him, which I mean, absolutely realistic, and I would not be surprised if that's the way they go, or
it's
they say,
because they also have we kept boasting about how the O-line is so big, but they're also older, and
they
they're also
are,
a bunch of guys who might be. Yeah, the Broncos program has depth. They have youth teams providing players, and that's why they're a good overall program. But some of these key guys have a lot of experience, and they might be moving on here soon.
Yeah. Or finishing. Yeah, I mean, Mathis for sure. I mean, I don't know. He's 50. I don't know how many years do you keep doing it.
I think Mathis, he goes forever. But the other ones
so he'll be here in 10 years. But the other guys might stop. Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see. But I mean, lots of football yet for them to play this season. They've obviously got their next goal is obviously the Swiss championship. being Swiss champions once again for I don't know how many times in a row now, but I'm sure the wheels in Jeff's head they're turning already and saying, okay, what do we do? What do we fix, or how do we do? Because it's just seems similar to last year. It was those couple of mistakes, and then when you get down to trying to
come back.
Yeah, but
it's going to change, right? That's the great thing about football. I mean, teams change.
Absolutely.
The whole thing.
No matter what, people will change.
Run team versus a pass
you have
team.
or you don't run anymore because you don't have that offensive line and you have to pass.
Yeah. We see both coaches here addressing the team as they take their final huddles. I remember being in a huddle with Jeff, and after winning a championship, and him saying, winning a championship is something that keeps you guys together forever. And I have to admit that we still have chat groups with those guys, and it's really great that way. It's unfortunate that that's not what the Broncos are going to take away today, but the other team on the other side of the field will. And those guys are going to have something now. They already have a French championship, and now they have this European championship, and those guys will be bonded with that championship win for the rest of their lives.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Quite nice for Thonon.
Yep. Well, hey, it was a great pleasure working with you today.
Nice.
First time in a long time we got to announce anything together.
It's been really great. I've enjoyed it a lot. I hope we've have maybe added a couple fans, and maybe we'll get to do it again sometime.
That would be fun. Thanks a lot, Matt. Appreciate it.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
All right. Have a good night, you guys.
Calanda BRONCOS da sind, ist es trotzdem. Dieses Fußballpublikum wird den Alltag gut sehen. Im neuen Stadion am Über der Bundesliga. Wenn man alles ein bisschen gesagt ist, werden die Jungs das ganz sicher so richtig schätzen wissen.